Wow, 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 wow. Wasn't that something? Thank you for giving us a special number. So now I would like to I'm very delighted to welcome you all to this auspicious program. We have representatives from almost 6 brilliant exceptional schools over here. Once I call out your name, I would like you to stand up and I want to hear the loudest roar that you have. You have to cheer for your school, all right? First we have the Crute Memorial School. Where are the Crute Memorials? Woo! Wow, look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Thank you for joining us today. Next, we have Yashodeep Vidyalay English Medium School. Woo! Wow, that was the loudest roar. Next, we have Nyan Prabodhini English Medium School. Amazing. Oh, we have some of you upstairs also. How cool is that? Okay, next we have Fortune High School. Wow. What a cheer, what a cheer. Amazing. We have next Gagangiri English Medium School. Come on everyone, let's cheer for Gagangiri Medium School. I want everyone to cheer for them. Wow. Thank you so much for joining us. Next, International School. Oh my goodness, look at that, amazing. Thank you all for joining us today. We are so glad to have you. I hope you learn a lot and we learn a lot from you all. Next, I would like to welcome Adnil and Abha with their special segment.
So, good morning everyone, and we are really glad to have all of you for this Pune Student Conference. My name is Adnil, and
I'm Abha.
And today we are representing in front of you to read to you a short article from the book known as The Rhapsody of Realities, specially made for teens and youth. So the topic for today is believe in yourself and also believe in God. So this is just going to be a short topic. So this article tells us that some young people have unnecessary regrets that they nurture in their hearts. Regrets like, if only I had studied harder, I would have been top of my class by now. If only I had eaten healthier, I would have been in great shape by now, and the like. But you see, it makes no difference where you are in life and the circumstances in which you find yourself today. You can still win. You can be a success if you don't give up. With God, nothing is ever too late or impossible. And not only with God, just believe in yourself. No matter the situation or no matter the circumstance you are facing, believe in yourself. Therefore, don't despair. Renew your mind with the word. Change your thinking, change your mindset. As you grow, there could be times of difficulties and tough challenges. But those challenges are your opportunities to demonstrate your faith in the Lord and prove His word. God gave us His word to live by and to use in creating our glorious and triumphant lives. So it's your responsibility to use the word, to work the word.
That was what Abraham did. God said to him, "As it's written, I've made you a father of many nations." In the presence of him whom believed, God gives life to dead and calls those things which do not exist as though they did. At this time, Abraham was nearly 100, and he didn't have children, but he believed and acted on the word. He didn't stagger, and he believed on the promise of God. He was strong in faith, giving glory to God. The change you desire in your academics, finances, health is possible and dependent on you. Act on the word. Insist that there is nothing what the word says. There's nothing but the word which will prevail in your life, and it shall be so. Be ever joyful, declaring your glorious life, righteousness, and victory. So today's article tells us about how we should believe in ourselves and how we should never lose hope. Sometimes we often regret our choices, thinking that if I would have done this, then it would have been better for me. But at this point, there's no time for regretting for the past. There's no point. Instead, focus on what you should be doing in the future. Okay, I got low marks on this test, but if I study more and believe in myself, then I can do way better in the next one. Always believe in yourself and never lose hope, because you can achieve anything you want to. Dream big and soar high. Thank you. Oh wait, we have to do the confession, no?
So right now, I request each and every one of you to rise up on your feet as we say these affirmations. Can you please rise up on your feet? So kindly say this after me. My mind
My mind
is constantly renewed
is constantly renewed
by the word
by the word
to think
to think
and produce
and produce
excellence.
excellence.
The word of God
The word of God
is prevailing
is prevailing
in my life,
in my life,
producing
producing
what
what
it talks about.
it talks about.
I spread
I spread
the fragrance
the fragrance
of knowledge
of knowledge
in every place
in every place
as I reign
as I reign
with God
with God
and bring Him glory
and bring Him glory
today
today
and forever.
and forever.
Thank you, everyone. You may be seated.
Thank you so much.
Wow, okay. Next, we have a very informative session by the esteemed Madam Tracy D'Souza. She will be talking about leveraging your extraordinary activities to improve learning ability. So please join me in welcoming her.
Good morning, everyone. Are you glad to be here? Yes, it is a wonderful reason to be here, because I think by the time we finish the program today, you're going to be renewed. Are you? Yes? Are you here to change your mind? Change your mind about what? Change your mind about who you are right now to what you're going to be by the end of the day. And in fact, by the end of this entire session. So it's wonderful, wonderful to be here. And first of all, I'd like to thank my man of God, Pastor Chooks, as well as the entire team that has been able to put this wonderful program together, renewing the potential of tomorrow's leaders. Now, I'd like to keep this short and sweet because I don't want to take too much of your time, and I don't want to take so much time away from the activities that are all present, that are all being organized for you here. However, there are three things that I'd like you all to remember from and take away from what I've got to share with you. I've been teaching 32 years, and it's been a very long journey. The profession that I feel is the most blessed profession of everything else that is there in the world is teaching, because I get an opportunity to touch your lives and I've touched thousands and thousands of lives in my journey as a teacher for 32 years. Now, when it comes to leveraging your minds to the very next level, you all are at the age where you all are going to be moving from this level to the next level to what you want to become in the years to come. All this education that you are getting right now, as much as you feel that it's so tiresome, and I wish we didn't have exams, and I wish there was a fun way of learning, remember there are three things education does for us to honestly take us to the next level. The first thing being, education gives us the confidence to be tomorrow's citizens. Do you agree to that? How many of you feel that you're really confident? Come on, raise your hand. See that? I just see 2, 3 hands. Come on. What happened to the rest of you? Why are you not confident? Listen, you're all studying in one of the best institutions that Pune has. So if your school is not empowering you to be confident, thank you so much. Yeah, now I can see a few hands going up. It was much more than what from when we started off. So the first thing education gives us is confidence, all right? Confidence in ourselves and in what we believe that we are going to be tomorrow. The language, the subjects, everything that we do and what we're learning in school through education gives us confidence. And confidence to stand out in the world, not to be a part of the world, but to be a part of a world where you are recognized. And I think there's potential in each one of you. The second thing that education gives us is critical thinking. The decision to know and to do what's right and what's wrong, and to see what's right and what's wrong, and to know what's right and what's wrong. You know, we are living in a world of technology where everything and everyone is influencing the other. As much as we try to influence others, we need to first influence ourselves with what's good and what's not. And it's imperative, it's so important that we do not just follow blindly what others have to say. We need to believe in our own principles, and each one of us here, we come from a home that guide us into thinking the right way. We come from a school which is teaching us values and ethics every single day. I mean, from the time you were babies, you learned moral stories. Yes or no? That's right. So you know how to differentiate a truth from a lie. That's one of the most simplest stories we grew up learning. So critical thinking is the next most important thing about leveraging yourself from one level to another. And last but not the least is caring. So the 3 C's of education is caring. That means, in other words, our social skills. Not just about ourselves, but thinking about our neighbor sitting next to us. And care has a very, very important 4-letter word that our Lord and God has told us to do. Can anyone give me that 4-letter word? It starts with the letter L. Yes! Love. And our Lord tells us very clearly that we need to love our God, we need to love each other more than anything else in the world. Nothing else is as important as care. How we treat others, irrespective of how we are treated. How to tolerate the hurt that we sometimes feel, when somebody ignores you. Now, we are all going through that stage. I mean, at this age, y'all are so worried about being loved and being liked and being, accepted. But the most important thing is, if we like ourselves first, we're going to learn to like and love another person. So let's begin this wonderful journey that we are on today when it comes to influencing ourselves and educating ourselves to another level. We need to remember these 3 C's. Can anyone tell me what those 3 C's are? Build your? Thank you for listening. Build your? All right. Improve your? Oh, yes. And last but not the least, what can we do for others? Yes, we care. All right. So that's just to sum up what that's one of the reasons why we are being educated. All right. And of course, when you go into the world tomorrow, which is very, very soon, I think you're all classes 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Is there anyone that's in junior college, 11 and 12? No? What about 8, 9, and 10? I think you're all in class 8, 9, and 10. Anyone lower than that? Class 6? 5? All right, so I think most of you are class 8, 9, and 10. So good. This is the most wonderful part of your journey of growth, and this is the most wonderful part of your journey of assessing where you're going to be standing, what you're going to be doing. And when I ask a child as to what they're going to do when they finish their education, the most common response I get is, we're going to get a good job. All right, while getting a good job is not a bad idea. Remember when you're sitting in class, in fact, I think all of you want to do that. How many of you really want to study how to get a good job? Raise your hands. All right, what are the others going to do? What are the others going to do? Business. All right. Hands up. I mean, that's a good response. All right. So while all of you, most of you raised your hands and said that we want to work, we're going to get good jobs, there are so many of you who sit here saying, we're going to create the jobs. And that's all hands go, I mean, a round of applause goes out for those who want to create the jobs. And in fact, be creators of jobs, children, rather than working for somebody else. And I'll tell you why, because that is who an influencer is, where you create something that's new, you create something that's good, you create something where you can employ and really give those underprivileged people an opportunity to grow. So good. And all the best, and I wish you have a wonderful, wonderful session ahead of you. Thank you so much for having me, Pastor, and thank you so much, everyone. It was wonderful meeting you. Bye-bye. God bless.
Wasn't that something amazing? What do we say to ma'am? Say thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening session. Let's all hear it from Madam Tracy D'Souza. Please, let's cheer for her. Come on. Wow. Coming up next is Mrs. Priyadarshini James Mani. She is the General Secretary of Maharashtra Congress Committee, Minority Department. She will be giving us a special session on You Are the Hope of the Nation. Please cheer for her.
Good morning to everyone. Yeah. Respected dignitaries of the dais, they know on dais, and students. Today I would like to share something like, dear students, it is an immense honor and privilege to stand before such a vibrant and dynamic group of young minds today. As the General Secretary of Minority Division of Maharashtra, I am filled with hope and pride, knowing that the future of our great state and nation rests in your capable hands. You are the hope of the nation. This phrase is not just a clinch, it is a profound truth. In you, I see the architect of tomorrow, the innovation, the leaders, and the change makers. Each one of you carries within you the potential to shape our society, to address its challenges, and to drive progress in ways we have yet to imagine. Our country is at a pivotal moment in history. We face numerous challenges from economic disparities to social injustice, from environment crisis to technological disruptions, yet with every challenge comes an opportunity for growth, for innovation, and for the unity. You, the youth, are the forefront of this transformation. Education is your most powerful tool. It equips you with the knowledge, critical thinking, and the ability to question the status quo. But more importantly, it is empowered you to dreams big, to act on those dreams. Like Abdul Kalam said, dream is not that you see in the sleep. Dream is something that not let you sleep. As students, you have a responsibility to harness this education not just for the personal success, but for the betterment of the society. Remember, progress does not come from the conforming to the existing norms, but from challenging them. Do not be afraid to question, to innovate, and to push boundaries. Embrace diversity in thoughts, culture, perspectives, for it is in this diversity that we find strength and creativity. As representatives of the minority community, you carry a unique perspective and experience. Your voices are invaluable in shaping a more inclusive and equitable society. It is essential that you participate in the discourse. I urge you to stay informed, stay curious, stay passionate. Collaborate with your peers, learn from your mentors, and always strive for excellence. Your journey will not be without obstacles, but remember that every challenge you overcome adds to your strength and resilience. Understanding the presence. Our nation faces numerous challenges today. For instance, climate changes in pressing issues that affects our environment and our future. Economic disparities continue to widen, impacting access to education and health care for many. These challenges are daunting, but they are also present opportunities for innovation solutions. As young people, you are uniquely positioned to address that challenges. You have the energy, creativity, and fresh perspectives needed to drive change. Consider Greta Thunberg, who at just 15 began striking for climate change, inspiring millions around the world to take an action. Embracing opportunities. Education is the foundation of your future. It equips you with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate and solve complex problems. Take Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. He leveraged his education and skills to lead one of the world's most influential tech companies driving innovation and growth. The world needs innovation, thinkers and entrepreneurs. Look at Baiju Ravindran, the founder of Baiju's. His ideas of making learning engaging and accessible through technology has revolutionized education in India and beyond. Don't be afraid to think outside the box and pursue your ideas. Your creativity can lead to groundbreaking solutions. Values and responsibilities. Integrity and ethics are crucial in everything you do. They build trust and respect, which are essential for effective leadership and positive change. Consider the example of Mahatma Gandhi, whose unwavering commitment to non-violence and truth inspired a nation to seek independence. Being social responsibility means activity contributing to your community. It can be simple as volunteering at local shelter or as impacting as a starting of community initiative. Think of Kailash Satyarthi, who has dedicated his life to ending child labor, advocating for children's rights. His work has freed thousands of children from exploitation. In conclusion, before I come to the conclusion, I want to remind you that you are just the hope of the nation. You are the leaders who will bring the hope to fruition. Your action, decision, and commitments will define the future of Maharashtra and India. Believe in yourself, stay united, and never lose sight of the values that make us a great nation. Thank you, and wish you all success in your endeavors. Together, let's build bright, more inclusive future. Jai Hind. And I especially thank for Pastor Chucks for giving us such a wonderful opportunity. And I would like some students come forward who can sing. This is my favorite song, like Hum Honge Kamyab. If anybody can come front to sing this song of a stanza. Students, come. The few song, Hum Honge. All of you stand up and we'll sing this song. I want this song to be. Come. From the schools, all the schools can represent, come forward. Do you know this song? Hum Honge Kamyab. Please come, please come. Few students should come on stage. I want the students to come on stage to sing this song. From all the other, like all schools, you can come forward, 2-3 people. Students can come forward. Come fast. We are running the time. Girls, the girls, you also come. Come now, I'll sing, you don't worry. Come on. You're gonna sing, all of us together, we're gonna sing this song.
Who else is confirmed?
We'll sing one stanza, okay? Let's start. All of you should sing. Hum honge kamyab, hum honge kamyab, hum honge kamyab, ek din.
ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। होगी शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर, होगी शांति चारों ओर एक दिन। ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। नहीं डर के साथ साथ हम चलेंगे साथ साथ, हम चलेंगे साथ साथ एक दिन। ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन।
Lovely, thank you so much. I'm very happy to see you all.
Superb. What do we say to madam? You can do better than that. Scream and say, thank you, madam. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful session. You have enlightened us and we've learned a lot. I'm sure we all are going to do great exploits and make new innovations. Thank you for leading us in the right direction and guiding us. Up next, we have our highly esteemed Pastor Chokes Mokeme. He is the chairman of Alice Alfred International Limited and MD Love World Network. Please rise up and welcome our dear man, Pastor. We can do better than that. Please cheer.
So much. Please, you may be seated. Wow. This light is quite blinding. Can you all hear me? Okay, kindly don't mind my accent. Just try to understand me as much as you can. I want to begin by saying a big thank you to all our esteemed guests in this place. Thank you so much for your presence. You know, we've learned tremendous things from you just this morning. Thank you for leaving all your busy schedules to be here with us this morning. I am deeply honored to have you with us. Thank you so much. And I want to sincerely appreciate all the schools present, especially the teachers who made it possible. Please, can we have all the teachers rise, and I will need us to give them a round of applause. Can we have all the teachers rise, please? If you're a teacher in this place, please give them a round of applause. And I'd like you to shout a big thank you to all the teachers. Want to go? Thank you so much for coloring dreams, for molding the youth, for all that you do, spoken and unspoken. You know, I have come to learn the power that teachers have over children, such that the children will more agree with their teachers than they agree with their parents. My son would argue with me. He said, my teacher said this. I said, no, but it's this way. He said, no, my teacher said this, meaning the teacher is more right than the parents, which means teachers are equally parenting in schools. And my dear wife happens to be a teacher as well. So I want to thank you for all that you do in bringing up these children and molding them in the way they should go. I want to begin by thanking the president of Love World, my mentor, Reverend Dr. Chrissy Akilome, for tremendous impact in my life. I met him many years ago, and my life changed from that moment. And he birthed a dream in my heart, because many years ago he said to us, he said, every child is your child, and every child has a dream. He said they may look dirty on the streets, they may look unkept, but within those eyes that may look dim with hunger, or tender-hearted that don't really know where they should be going, he said there lie dreams in their hearts. And all it takes is for someone to look at them in the eyes and tell them you can make it, and give them a hand to cross the streets of life and walk them from the marketplaces of life to the place of where they will realize their potential and become what God has called them to be. And that became my dream in ensuring that wherever I find myself, I have something to give. And it's something that every one of us must realize, that we have something to offer to our generation. We have something to give. You know, you can blame the society for your challenges. You can even blame your parents. But the moment you realize that you have something to contribute to your world, the sense of purpose kicks in. And you realize that life is not empty. Life is what I make of it. You know, one of the things that happens to people is that they don't understand that time actually moves. Because it's a variable, a constant one, which means it has no respect of what you think, who you are, where you're from, your color, your race. Time doesn't care. It keeps moving. And then some get to realize that, you know, when you are very young, your life is before you. And you think you can play around. You know, like we have people who go to schools today and they jump the fence and go to clubs. And they play all they want to play, not knowing fully well that there are days coming and time will keep moving. So suddenly they realize they are adults. They are 18 years. And when you become 18, the definition of adulthood is responsibility. You are now responsible for your life. Nobody's responsible for your decisions. Even though they might guide you to make decisions, it's totally up to you what you become in life. There is no one to blame when you become an adult because you have your future before you. And the government gives you rights. You have a right to vote. You have a right to do many things. You have a right to drive. And that right, as free as it is, because rights expresses your freedom, but freedom can be very expensive to manage. So now you're wondering what to do with your freedom. For some, they waste it, and soon enough they get older and older and older and older. And all they can do is to complain about things that are not working and the government that is not fixing things. But I want to let you know that actually you are the architects of your own life, which means you can design where you want to go. You can chart a course for yourself, the kind of life you want to live, the kind of advancement you want to make. At a particular time, some others are responsible for that. But after a while, you come in the driving seat and you drive. You know, when many of you probably like the game of cricket. I like football. Are there footballers here? Okay, so I have some mates here. Thank you so much. You know, when you are outside the pitch, you can direct the game. Oh, he should have played this way. He could have played this way. He would have scored this way. Well, pass the ball to the guy that is talking and leave him with an empty post. He probably won't be able to score because it's easy to make decisions when you're not the one driving. But when you become a leader, you're on the driving seat and you have decisions to make. Now you understand that decisions you make affect you and affect others. But part of our responsibility and why we decided to go on this drive, now Ignite, that's what we call ourselves, is a team of young people, and we do a lot of camps, a lot of activities in different places. You know, but we notice that there is a gap that we must bridge. A need to talk to a generation that is self-conscious, a generation of social media, a generation of AI, a Gen Z generation. One that can type anything and get answers without using their mind. That is the world we are now. I mean, you can write anything without just type. AI, help me do this. You know, ChatGPT, many of you are aware of that. Imagine if they allow you to use your phones in the exam. I'm sure everybody will have outstanding. because we have AIs to help us do everything. As much as that is good, it relegates the use of the mind in such articulate way that many have become lazy. And therefore, that has widened the gap of leadership. That has widened the gap, the space available. And you have a lot of people who lack direction in life. You know, later in the day, we'll be talking about something very important, the children of states, a topic that is very dear to my heart. You know, so there are a lot of people moving in different directions without a direction or without a purpose in life. But you are here today. You made up your mind to be here today, because I believe that when you walk out of here, you will be inspired afresh to chart a new course in the direction that you should go, and that is to provide leadership. When I say Madam Tracy was talking to us about education, you know, she did mention that she gave us 3 C's, something that is very, very much needed in our time. And then she said something about, if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. How true is that? When we look at the scope of everything happening around us, we can go back to parents, we can go back to schools, we can go back to society. Now, we can ascertain blame to everybody and anybody but ourselves. What I want you to do today is, when you live here, decide the kind of life you're going to live. She did ask, how many of you want to walk? There were a lot of hands. And I was very, very interested that several of you said you want to do business. That's actually very remarkable that you would think that way, because not many do. You know, when you live here, I want you to have a definite decision in your mind. What am I going to be in the next 5 years? Where am I going to be in the next 10 years? What kind of life would I have? And what kind of impacts will I be making in my world? That question must be asked today, and that question must be answered in the now. Because there is nothing called indecision. For me, indecision is a decision not to decide. So, therefore, it is a decision. You have decided not to decide. But if you would decide today and say to yourself, in the next 5 years, you're probably going to be in the college. What college? What are you going to study? What subjects? What is going through your mind? Maybe your parents have something for you to do. Maybe they want you to do engineering. Maybe they want you to do to study medicine, whatever it is. Well, for some of you, you're going to be pushed into someone's dream, probably not your dream. No, because sometimes parents do that, right? They wanted to become a doctor and they didn't, and now they want you to become one. And probably you'll end up being one. I have a friend who lives somewhere very close here, very, very close. A gentleman I've known for several years, and he studied medicine. He's a doctor. But the first time I met him, I didn't think he should be a doctor. He didn't look like one. There is nothing in him that looks like a doctor. So I asked him, how did you land up being a doctor? He said, you know, my dad is a renowned doctor in Pune, and he made sure that I became one. And then I was, okay, so what would you have loved to do in life? Can you guess what he said? Can anybody give me a guess? Acting, nice. Anyone? Musician, okay, good. Any other person? What? Sports, acting. Those of you up there? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, everything you said, yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyway, he said he wanted to be a cook. Did you hear me? He wanted to be a cook. He wants to run a restaurant. Now, I don't know if you understand it's like North and South Pole. Somebody who wants to be a cook end up becoming a doctor. Do you think he was a happy doctor? Never, he wasn't. And finally, he went to open a restaurant and found his talent and is doing well in that. Now, why did I say that? I said you can be pushed into a dream that is not your dream. And I realized there are also those who don't have dreams at all. Many young people do not have dreams. Many just get by. Whatever happens, whatever will be, will be. No, whatever will be will never be. Because there's nothing that is supposed to be unless you make them happen. It's like you clear your farm, if you know about farming. Maybe you clear your farm and say, oh, okay, rice is going to grow. No. Weeds will grow. Because if you want rice, you need to sow rice. You need to plant rice. If you want orange, you need to plant orange. So whatever seed you're sowing into your life today is something you're going to reap in your future. And your life 5 years from now will not be different from the efforts you make today. My pastor once told me, he said, your regrets of yesterday and your fear of tomorrow is the enemy of today's progress. How true that is. Many live in yesterday, by which reason they fear tomorrow and therefore are not able to take actions today that can change their lives. When you live here today, just like we have our chief guest, Madam Priya Dashu, I hope I got that right, man. Thank you so much. Told us about young people who have changed the discourse. They changed the narrative. I want to tell you a little story before I bring up our guests. We're going to have an interactive session shortly. You know, I grew up in a very nice family. But then, it didn't continue to be nice. My mom passed on when I was 6. My dad passed on when I was 8. Even though it was an affluent family, things changed quickly. And it would go from riches to rag. And it happened so quickly that you wouldn't understand what is going on. And as a young child, I was confused. I didn't know where to turn to, who to turn to. Who do you ask? And who do you listen to? But God helped me in my life to be connected with those who could shape my dreams, who could help me actualize my journey in life, to understand that success, it's not really what somebody says it is, but success is measured by goals that you set. So one could be successful, another one may think not the same. But I quickly realized that the only competition I have is myself, not you. What do I mean? I'm in competition to outdo my past. I'm in competition to get better than I was yesterday. I'm in competition to make my life much more better than it is today. So that becomes a driving force that pushes me to say, you can. Even when others said it's impossible. Well, impossibility is something no one has done. Why can't you be the first? There is nothing called impossibility. It's just that somebody has not done it. Why can't you be the first? And I said to myself, yes, I can. I have the capability to do anything or become anything I want to be. All it takes me is to drive myself to say, when I wake up in the morning, I define where I want to go. I define what I want to do. I decide the kind of friends I want to have. I'm not in the class that says everybody can be my friend. No, that's not true. I may like everybody, and I should. I don't have issue with anyone. But my friend circle, as wide as it is, could be very close also. Because you can't tag along with everybody and be successful in life. That doesn't happen. So I want you to define your purpose. And I want you to set goals for yourself. You can break your goals down. 5 years, that's the long-term goal. You can even make 10 years. 2 years, 1 year. Break that into 6 months, 3 months, monthly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. It begins by waking up, making your bed. Getting to school on time, coming back on time. Going to where you say you're going and coming back. And have integrity in whatever you do. If you will put discipline to your life, you'll be surprised in a very short time what you could become. Success is waiting for the man that says yes to success. Success waits for that man who says, I will do something, and he goes along to do it. I don't know if you know the wheelchair. How many of you have seen the wheelchair? Have you seen a wheelchair? Okay. How many of you know a rocking chair? Have you seen a rocking chair? Can I see your hand? Oh, some of you don't know a rocking chair. You know, you see the chair moves like this. So you know the rocking chair? What do you call it in Hindi? Rocking chair. The teachers, can you help us? July, okay. All right. So at least you understand what a rocking chair is, right? How many of you ever sat on one? You sat on a rocking chair. Can I see your hand? You ever used one? Many of you. Do you feel nice? Do you like it? Okay. Well, you can sit on a rocking chair in your home, but never sit on a rocking chair in your life. Because the rocking chair has a lot of movement. But then, there is a science behind it. You're putting much effort going back and forward at the same position. Force applied. No distance covered. Therefore, no work done. You're putting so much momentum, but you're not going anywhere. At the end of the day, you have achieved nothing. What am I saying to you? Don't put your efforts in things that will not change your life. Why would you sit down watching Bollywood from morning to night? When are we going to watch you in Bollywood? Why do you want to sit down and watch cricket for 6 hours when the person you're watching is making crows and you don't even have school fees? Why don't you put efforts in your own decisions in life to make it a better place? I want to leave you with this, a very scripture that I like so much. It's a Bible passage from Proverbs 24, verse 3 to 5. It says, any enterprise that is a business is built by wise planning, and it becomes strong through common sense and profits wonderfully by keeping abreast of the latest facts. So your life can be built by wise planning. It becomes better through common sense, and it can be very, very much productive by keeping abreast of the latest facts. I want to thank you once again for coming this time to listen to us. And I know that together, by the time we leave here, we would have taken collective decisions that will change our lives. Thank you so much. God bless you.
What do we say to Pastor? He didn't hear you. Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening session. Okay, so we have a very special segment right now. I would like to invite Madam Tracy D'Souza, Mrs. Priyadarshini Mani Madam, and Pastor Vijay on stage. Please come up here. Come on, we can do better than that. And also Pastor Chooks.
Check. Thank you so much, everyone, once again. And I want to thank our distinguished panelists at this time. Now, this is going to be an interactive session. We're going to be discussing a lot of things that will be very helpful to you. And at the same time, we'd like to take questions from the audience. Now, at the end there, we have Pastor Vijay, who is, well, they didn't introduce you properly, actually. All right, so he's been in the public sector the private sector rather, for many years. And some of you may have questions in terms of career and what you want to do. He'll be answering that. We have Ma'am, who is from the political angle, who is also very, very well knowledge in many subjects, and you can ask questions. And we have Madam Tracy, who is a teacher and a renowned one. So we're going to be discussing, and at the same time, we're going to open the mic for you to ask questions. I want to start with Pastor Vijay. Now, you've been in the private sector for a while, and many of the youths are in a place where they are looking forward to, in a few years from now, making a decision about the kind of courses they should do, because that will guide the kind of maybe job or business they want to do. What would be your suggestion for many of them at this age, and how should they go about life in trying to get something like that?
Thank you, Pastor Sir, for this opportunity. And many of you on the cusp of deciding your careers, choosing your paths. And I know many, especially in Maharashtra, aspire for engineering, medicine, and those are actually wonderful things to do. However, today if you look at those sectors, those are quite full, there is more supply than demand. So even after finishing those careers, you still are not able to get the kind of employment you're looking at. But some of the sectors that are booming now in the economy is finance and infrastructure. And there are many opportunities opening. Even in the investment markets, there are many opportunities available to young people. If you want to pursue commerce, then there is payroll opportunities, finance opportunities, there are outsourcing opportunities. Number of things are available for you. But nowadays, I believe it's a helpful thing to add a master's to your graduation, because that definitely helps you to focus more, and you're able to have more business opportunities. And also, especially at this young age, what I really want you to do is to pursue your dreams, as esteemed pastor earlier said, and even Priyadarshini ma'am also said, that find out a need in a society that you can meet, and think of an idea or a solution that you can meet that need. Sometimes your idea may be at a very basic stage, but discuss it. Discuss it with your parents, discuss it with your peers. Many big people started things at a very small level. Many of the big companies were started in a garage. Many of the companies were started, friends coming together, discussing ideas. So, ideas that come to you that address a specific need in society, fuel those ideas, talk about them, get advice from your teachers, get advice from any of your family members who are in business, those who are ahead, and talk to them about your ideas. Don't be afraid to share your ideas. Our education system has changed now, but earlier when we grew up, we were not encouraged to ask questions. Not so much. If you ask too many questions, either you're too smart. If you don't ask any question, you're dumb. I don't know whether it's still the same. But, ask questions, challenge things, and think of doing a business in a long term. That would definitely help. Jobs are good, but businesses can definitely give you a different age in life and society. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you so much. Can we give him a round of applause? So you said, don't be afraid to share your ideas. Talk about it. Talk to those who know better. And then ask questions. Oh, wow. That's great. Thank you so much. Now, ma'am, you are from the political angle, and sometimes people think politics is all dirty. It's always about bad things and all that. I'm sure your experience is a bit different. Maybe somebody here is aspiring for something like that. Is it something somebody should think about? And how can we use the power we have in politics or as individuals to drive an opinion, even in political space? For instance, we want to change something. How do we as students address our politicians to enforce a change within our maybe school or something that we want to do? And is it something good for somebody to desire to be a politician? Thank you.
Hello? Can I?
Yeah, please.
See, there are, politics is something, running the country, okay, leaders. So choosing a right leader makes a lot of change of the country. So we students, like you are the main, today's youth is tomorrow's, whatever. So politics is something, there are good and bad things in all the organizations. It's not like politics, it is in other things also, other organizations. For example, I can say in different organizations, even companies, you go into the companies, like you work there, still there also good and bad is there. Everywhere. But choosing good things is what we are. What is our seed? From where family background we are belonging is matters. First, we kids should raise with the fear of God, respect. These are the love. These things within you, it is there. Then you never harm a person. So you should grow up with good qualities and good principles in your life. So if you become tomorrow a leader in a country, then definitely you will lead the whole country in a betterment. Today, because of some bad leaders, I don't want to mention the names, but if it is the parties different, I don't care about that. But if the country has to be peace, the leader has to have the peacemaker. So he should have that knowledge where, it should not be the country, it shouldn't make a conflict between, nowadays so many things are happening, like, minorities, Muslims should be separated, and Hindus, these kind of things, it's not good. We all are humans. First is humanity is most important thing in this world. It's worldwide, nationwide, anywhere. Every human has right to live in this world. So we should always respect other religions also. When you respect yourself, only you really respect other religion, right? So everybody has their own mindset. So there are two things, good and bad. What you choose is matters. And politics is without government, the schools are not going to run. Without government, and nothing is going to run in the. So we should, only thing is, getting into politics, it's a very important, the good people with good minds and good thoughts, those people become our leaders. Definitely it is a great change of this nation. So my thing is, people should not think that politics is a dirty thing. See, there are so many, like, Christian organizations also, they never believe in voting system. Vote is something, when you cross 18, you have every right for voting, because choosing a right leader. So if you don't vote, it's not my job, it's not my thing. Then don't cry that I don't have the schemes, I don't get this one, the government is not giving a good nation, a clean nation or something. Because if you don't vote right leader, then the wrong leader will going to sit over there and he's going to rule us. So ruler should be good. So politics is a very important, and everybody should think over it. And what I said, there are a lot of schemes also. Let me explain about the students. There's a Prime Minister Yojana 2024 for students. Through this scheme, students from class 9 to 10 will be provided scholarships of rupees 75,000. So why this is coming? Many people are availing also, because this is related to the politics, related to the government. So choosing the right government, being in the politics is very important. That's what I want to tell you. And some more schemes, maybe some students don't know. Let me explain. And students from class 11 to 12 will be provided financial assistance of rupees 1,25,000 under the Prime Minister scholarship. An annual scholarship of rupees 36,000 is provided to girls every year, and 30,000 is provided for boys' annual scholarship. So there is a Pariksha Pe Charcha. This is, I'm talking of the schemes of 2024. Okay, a small group of students from among the winners will get the opportunity to interact with the Prime Minister and ask him the questions. So if you are knowledgeable, if you have, good background, then definitely you will ask the questions. You have every right. You are a citizen of this country. So you have a power to change the country. So don't ever cry like, we are not getting this, we are not getting that. So it's we who's gonna change things. Start with your own small community, then it will go to the town, it will start with village, town, and the city. It's like, spreading all over the world in the right direction. Okay, that's what I want to. Any questions you want to raise, students?
Thank you so much. Give a round of applause, please. Praise God. All right, we'll come back to the question. You talked about having the fear of God, never harm anyone, have respect for others, and we can change things. And then you went ahead to list some of the schemes available. How many of you know about these schemes that she talked about now? How many of you know? Many don't know. Oh, okay. So maybe you're going to ask how you can be a beneficiary to that. So we'll come back to that. Because that's the next question. If I'm the one, I want to ask you, how do I get 1 lakh today? All right, we'll come back to that. I'm sure they have that question. Let me come to you now. You come from the educational background. You have about 32 years experience in teaching. And I know many of your students in vocals, and you partner with our school. We have an inner city mission school, a free school for the indigent children, which you partner with us. What do you see about leveraging on extra curriculums in building your academic pursuits? Because many students just streamline themselves to the courses they receive in class. What more can they do that makes them better tomorrow in the society? Can you throw more light on that?
Thank you so much, Pastor, for asking me that lovely question. The profession that I come from, I am so focused on developing the communicative skills of children. Has anyone heard the phrase, walk and talk? Yes? Anyone up there? All right. So while, the schools, Pastor, are doing so much in the field of education, they're all imparting the knowledge of all the various subjects because, yes, you need the knowledge from all these subjects to basically pursue your ambition or your profession. The most important part of grooming a child, that is grooming you as students, is not just book knowledge, but life skills. And that is something I feel, Pastor, that this education system is just not preparing our child and our children to face the world. Everything that we get is from books, but that's just partial knowledge. When you go into life and you see that everything is not as rosy as you read, it is a life of struggle, it's a life of hard work, it's a life of, having to really work for your bread and butter. And where does all that come from? This comes from, starting from when you finish schooling, the first thing you're going to be doing is applying for jobs in your universities. Now let me tell you, your mummies and daddies will not be there like they were when you were in kindergarten and they were being interviewed. So on their interviews, you got admission. It's you who are now going to be interviewed once you leave school, and you need to sell yourself to be able to get the job that you want. You need to walk and talk your way into anything in life. And if you don't have the confidence backing you up, if you don't have the language backing you up, if you haven't done anything besides studying all your life backing you up, then let me tell you, you're just going to be lost in the ocean of all those job seekers and potential workers. So you need to today decide, how are you going to be that person who's going to be different from the ocean of children out there? Do you know how easy it is to get a 99.9% today? You know, when I was in school, we had the cream lot getting 90% and above. What were we doing? I am from a very affluent boarding school up in North, you know. It's one of the top 10 schools still today in the country. I come from a school called La Martiniere, which was, of course, you know, set up by a French governor at the time when India was ruled by the French. So what happened was, I was a boarder. Anyone here boarders? Any school here that has got a boarding school? No. So you're so lucky, you're all day scholars. So I was a boarder. And I remember spending most of my life playing basketball and all the games, and I was hardly in class. And everyone used to say that, what are you going to do when you grow up? Let me tell you what I did. We collected certifications. We played regionals, we played state level, we played national level. And do you know what happened? We started collecting something called credit points in ways and means of certifications. And these were backed up by the government of India. So while I went on to finishing my schooling with just a good 60%, I was way above 100% student because I had 3 national level certificates. I had 18 state levels, and I don't know, must be in my 20s in the regional. So I was way above 100% student. And where was I in academics? A mediocre. And today there's no place for the mediocre. There is no place. You look down upon and like, what are you going to do? Everyone's getting 90%. So let's run the race. Everyone is going to get 90% and above. Let me tell you, that's not going to get you anywhere. Your real test kicks in when you face the world out there, and then they say, but we want this and we want that. Everyone's getting 99.9%. What do you have that someone else doesn't have? So co-curricular activities, if you want to play sports, play it. But play it to the best level that you can play it. You want to sing to such a way, in such a way that you are the topmost singer in the country. You want to dance, pursue your passion. As Pastor said, pursue your passion, be in the pursuit of what brings you happiness, be the best in it. Whether you're a speaker, whether you're a dancer, whether you're a singer, whether you're an academic consultant, whether you are a professional person, it is imperative that we are the best version of that. So don't undermine anyone who is playing while you are studying. Okay, or while he's doing something else, when you are doing something else. Learn and be an opportunist. Be always willing to learn and learn to really be confident in yourself and sell yourself, because no one else will do it for you. So you've got to be the best version of yourselves in whichever field you want. So while you are studying, look at what else can I learn? What other skill can I, inculcate in myself just to be one up than the person sitting next to me? It's a race that today it's all about winning it, and not winning it for somebody else. It's not the hare and the tortoise that I'm talking about. Slow and steady wins the race. Today, if you're slow and steady, I'm not so sure whether you'll win the race. But if you are smart and ready, I'm sure you're going to win it way before anyone else can.
Thank you so much.
So
Give a round of applause. That's quite a punch. Thank you so much. Now, I understand that we have just about 3 minutes, so I'm going to open the mic to the audience. Do you have any questions? You can raise your hand. Please, can we get a mic to them quickly? There's someone right in front here, the second row. Any other hand up? There are 2 hands here in front. If you have a question, kindly raise your hand. A microphone will come to you. Yes, please, you can introduce yourself and your school, then go ahead and ask your
Kshitij
question.
Jagdare from Fortune High School. And as the points that you mentioned right now, I have a very peculiar question that I think most of us would have. That is, in this time, wherever we as students go, people first look at our performances in academics, our marks, and what we have achieved as in the set academic syllabus that we are given. So it is like we are being judged by a set rules and regulations as if we are some program being set for the future. So I'd like to ask what the people who, like the students who want to do something different, who want to create a new field of their own, who want to showcase that they have some other skills that are not only limited to the things we are being taught and the things that we are being told. So how do we achieve that?
Okay, so wonderful question. So basically you're saying everybody is asking about academics, everybody is now talking about your scores, and that's very much looked upon. This is something I learned when I started my first year of MBA, and what really happened then, the first address the director gave us, he said, you can work very hard in these 2 years that you have, and you can enjoy the rest of your life. Or he said, the other way around, you can enjoy these 2 years and work hard the rest of your life. And the point was, academics itself is very important. But what you need to do is that, apart from your academics, the other time that you have, invest into the things that you really like and be fully focused on what you're doing at the moment. Let's say if you're studying, don't be on your WhatsApp, don't be on your Instagram, don't be chatting, don't be doing anything else. That half an hour, 1 hour when you are studying, focus fully on studying. Keep your gadgets aside, keep every distraction aside. If there's a cricket match going on, switch it off. Move away from that room. Fully focus on your studies. Give yourself 100% to your studies. And let's say if you're a sports person, or you're a dancer, or you're a singer, when you're doing those practices, keep every distractions aside. Do whatever you do with all your focus, with all your energies. And you will realize that you're able to achieve a whole lot more in the same 24 hours compared to your fellow students. And this is something that will help you to go ahead. Always remember, once you set your heart on achieving a certain goal, mark your race. How are you going to achieve it? Break it down in smaller targets. Okay, if I want to achieve this much, how many hours I need to study? If I want to achieve this much, how many things I need to study apart from my regular studies? Make a timetable and stick to the timetable as much as possible. Set your goals. Be accountable to someone. Maybe your parents, maybe a senior teacher. Tell them, I want to achieve this. This is my plan. They may be able to help you plan better. And be accountable to them week after week. Go to them. Tell them, okay, this is how I have progressed. These are my challenges. Get someone to mentor you. And it will be only a matter of time that you will achieve your goals. That's my take on life. I hope I answered your question.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to add to what he said because I happen to kind of have to deal with a lot of youths that, that come from the same background you're talking about. When you are growing up, your parents identify with core professions that are available today. Maybe lawyer, you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer. But you're probably someone who wants to break out to do something that is very different from all those normal things. And then you're being perceived as probably not following what you're told to do. In some other cases, it seems as if, like you said, you're being judged with, maybe your grades, your marks, and this and this and this, not really thinking about what you want to do. Well, there is a balance to life, and it begins with your personal qualities and the things you put in yourself. I would think that if you invest in yourself so much that your parents, beginning with, could notice or would notice the sincerity and your seriousness, because you're a go-getter. You're somebody who says, I'm going here and you go there. I'm coming here, you're coming here. You're not somebody who vacillates, who keeps juggling from one thing or the other, because they have a concern. Their concern is that you do well in life. That is their primary, even though they may express it differently because they don't understand your generation. They come from another generation that had to go from this step to that step, not knowing today that the guys on YouTube are far richer than the guys in the office. They may not understand that. So, but you have to be able to express yourself within your sincerity to say, okay, I want to prove that this works. Even though you have asked me to this, I'm still going to go ahead and have a good study, like he was saying, do the things I want to do, but I also want to show you that this works. Like I said earlier, success can be measured at different times. If you can successfully say that something works, I would believe that your parents and everybody will give you the hand of fellowship to continue. Most of the billionaires we have in the world today, in quotes, many of them dropped out of school. Does that mean education is bad? No, not at all. But what is education anyway? Many go to colleges and colleges don't go through them. And that is a big problem, because they just sit there, consume all the knowledge. 3 years, they are out of the college, and they are educated illiterates, unemployable. So you go to the companies, they take another 6 months to retrain the person of what they ought to have learned in school. And then we even have a rush system over here, whereby at 21, people go through bachelor's, then immediately master's and PhD, which I'm sorry to say was not the way schools were designed. If you want to go to any top school in the world, they will never take you to master's from bachelor's. It's impossible. Because mastering means I have done something and I want to master the thing I have done. Not that I have finished college and I want to master college. You can't be a professional student. No. So masters means I have done something in my bachelor's degree. Now I have worked with it, and now I want to be a master, a professor in that, to master it. Because when you finish a master's course, if you cannot be employed and you cannot provide job, you did nothing. So most of the top major schools in the world, the Harvards and everything, will not take you from college to masters. No, you have to practice what you studied and then come and master the knowledge. Understand? So it's different here when we push people into all that. But then when you understand also that you can actually create something. I went to Indira College in Pune here, and within my college time, I was able to create something within my school called IDC, that I became a lecturer in my own school, I had a period assigned to me, 12 to 12:30, where I was talking to my mates about some things I learned in life that they can use in life. When I graduated and left the school, I was out of the country, and the chancellor of the school called me and said, Chooks, I need you to come are you in India? I need you to come because we have NAC, the accreditation committee was coming, and to see if you can present IDC to them. I flew back into India and defended that, which was fantastic. And it's a curriculum they ran for a long time. So you can put something in yourself, being very sincere, and it will take you a long way. And you'll find out that everybody will help you to achieve that dream. I don't know if I have to your question. Thank you so much. All right, there is a question just next to you. Please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Avisha Tripathi, and I want to ask you a question. Earlier, you mentioned that we should know our goals, whether they're a 5-year goal or a short-term goal, like around 6 months. So I want to ask you that we all think of our careers, what we want to pursue, but there's like a light on a few selective careers, like doctoring, engineering. Everyone knows so much about them. Everyone is ready to guide us. But like me, I'm like, I want to try something adventurous. I want to do something different, and I don't know what it is, okay? Like, I want to do something which is not common, and I want to bring a change. So how do we realize, and how do we get to know what exactly that is? Something different, something which means in this world and will make a change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you give a round of applause? I think I love that question. You know, I love change makers because that's the class I come from. I don't believe in the other part of leadership. But change begins with you. That's the first thing you must realize, that change begins with you. Are you with me? Yes. Now, my pastor told me, he said, success is looking out for a human need and reaching out to meet the need. So if I identify a need in my society and I reach out to meet that need, I've successfully created a change. I lived in Pimpli Gorov, some of you might know that, in PCMC, when I came into India. So when I come out on the street, I saw a lot of children playing. I didn't understand a word in Hindi. They didn't understand the word in English. So, and I want to communicate with them. I want to communicate with the families nearby. And some people say, oh, they don't like foreigners. I said, no, they love foreigners, but they don't know how to communicate, just like I don't know how to communicate. So I said something, okay. I cleared my sitting room, and I said every evening at 4 o'clock, I identified somebody who could interpret for me. I said, my sitting room, I'm going to have English classes for all the children in the streets for free. Well, the first class, they were 30-something. I didn't have a space. My sitting room was quite tiny. It was all choked. Whether they came to hear English, I don't know, or they came to see this African man that came from somewhere, you know, that looked very different from us. They were all looking at me, giggling, and it was so funny. And I had to open my windows so that the parents could look in to see what is happening. To cut the story short, less than 6 months, one of them, Akshay, became very proficient in English and went on to be a topper in his school. Now, many of those children, the whole family opened up to me. When I wanted to leave that place, my landlord refused to allow me go. The neighbors refused to allow me go. I left that place in the night. There are some people here who can bear witness of what I'm saying. They couldn't allow me go because they were crying. Because I provided a change, not for money, but I created a value proposal, which is something convertible in the future. Because I have tested a hypothesis that works. It means I can actually teach children and be successful in that. I could actually open a career in education, in teaching. And what have I done? I have seen a need, and I have met that need. I have created a change. Are you with me? So when you look around your environment, your school, where you live, the city, the nation, what are the challenges you can see? Every challenge is looking for a solution. Every problem gravitates towards solution, and you are the solution provider. All you need to think, well, I believe in God, and I'm sure you do. You can say, God, I need your help. If you can help me provide a solution, that would change my life. Somebody started Oyo Room, right? We were used to the 5-star, the 4-star. Somebody came up with Oyo Room. It's a 1-star hotel, but he's a billionaire today. Somebody came up with Baiju. Somebody came up with something. Even the chair you're sitting, somebody came up with that. The pen you're using, somebody broke out that idea. When they thought about it, it was impossible.
Check.
But today, it's possible. It's just like we talk about the lights. It was difficult to make, but today we use it. But somebody had to discover it. Look inward. There is something only you can do. And when you find that out, you will change your world. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
1 minute. Is there any other question?
So one more is there.
Oh, okay, just one more.
So, good afternoon. My name is Vedant. I'm from Fortune High School, and I'd like to ask a question, something different from...
Sorry, where is the person talking from?
Over here.
Okay.
Oh, so I have a question different from building our careers. It's about living life, living it good. So I'd like to explain it.
Please, sound. Can you give us a better sound here? We can't really hear him.
I'd like to explain it with an example. So, for example, I just woke up. I spent 1/3 of my day in my school. Then for another 3 to 4 hours, I attend my tuition. And when I'm finally back home at dinner time, I have my dinner and I sit down to do something, for example, studies or any other activity. If I'm so confused if I should complete my activity first or get on with my studying. And if I sit down to complete an activity, my parents come and they say that you should spend your time on studying. You might earn a mark or 2 marks more in your exams, which will help you build your career. So so first thing is how to manage time, and the second thing is I'm very much confused if I should stick to the deadlines or complete it before and give so that I have more time for studying.
I think he's talking about managing time well. Is that correct? Okay, time management. I think we have some excellent teachings that we can provide on time management that will...
Okay, well, okay, I think for me, first of all, I don't believe that you can manage time. I don't believe in time management. I believe that you can manage yourself, because time is an invariable constant, which means it keeps going. So it's not much about managing time, it's about managing yourself to put yourself where you ought to be at the right time. And growing up, parents have responsibility. I think when we talk in the second session, when I was talking about the children of the state, parents have responsibility in your upbringing. And that responsibility is enshrined in their nature such that it makes every parent protective, and they are afraid of tomorrow they don't know. And they are afraid of tomorrow that they have seen that probably didn't go so well for them, and they don't want you to be there. You know, like we say, don't park up in the same place where you're parking, where your father parked up. That's what Pastor Chris said. So you've got to say, like I said, integrity matters. Your integrity matters as a person. And you also have to understand that there is time for everything. You don't want to go play cricket when your exam is next week, believing that you turn to Sachin in 24 hours or you become Dhoni in 24 hours. No way. So when exam comes, you have to give time for that. And then you can also look at what more can you achieve during the breaks. So if emphasis is being laid on this, you can focus your attention in delivering that. I believe that you can walk ahead of time. What do I mean by walking ahead of time? You can try to do something you do tomorrow today that will help you gain time. So if you invest in yourself and be ahead, you find out that you have sufficient time to do everything, because we all have the same 24 hours. It's about how you use it. So if you can move ahead to gain your tomorrow into your today, then you can leverage on tomorrow to do something which you can do, because now you have done what you ought to do. But you don't want your parents to give you a clapping of hands when you should be doing your homework and you're out there playing cricket. So if you manage yourself well, you can manage your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just a small question. How do we manage the societal ideology of others seeing only marks? Like I mentioned before, my parents would come and tell that you should only study, extracurriculars are nothing in your life. That's what they have to say. So how do we impact the ideology that no, extracurricular activities have to be there in our life to help us grow and live in the society?
Yeah. So let me tell you my story, okay? So as you said, like studies is must. You know, all parents will say that do your studies, because that is the first priority. So they never understand what we want actually sometimes. But generation has changed. There are many parents who are understanding also, and they are trying to understand the child mind, what they want. They're trying to encourage. When I was small, when I was I finished my 10th, always my mind goes, I want to do business. Studies, okay, average. I don't feel like, okay, it's a mandate, my parents saying, go to school, study, I'm studying. I'm only average student. I'm not a brilliant. But somehow I make sure that I pass, because I'll get shunting from home. So that's where I do hard work to study. But still my mind always goes, I have to do something business. Once I finished my 10th, then I started watching when we went for the birthday party. My parents bought a bouquet. That guy, the way he's making bouquet, I observed that, why not I start this bouquet business? That's the mind I'm going. Then what I did, I started to have some pocket money. I started buying roses, buying all the equipments. It's hardly, it costed me, maybe me and my friend after intermediate when I was 11. Then I started, it's a dustbins, dustbin boxes. I put roses, everything. I started putting my business. We have one complex. I come from a very big background. My father was MLA. So I'm rich background, but still I wanted to do something, which my parents doesn't like it, because they want me to be like status or kind of thing, but I want to do whatever I like. So I started business. Then my first bouquet, I got 75 rupees. I was very happy. I made the bouquet, I sold it, and I got money. And my brother, my mother started shouting at me, what the bloody bouquets you're selling? Stop this. Start studying. Then I stopped it. Tend to stop because I have to obey my parents, right? So there, still my mind did not stop. Then when I came into teenage, especially for the girls, I'm telling you this. When I came to my teenage, when I was 10 plus 2, everybody goes to beauty parlor. We become butterflies. So we want to do makeovers, right? Everybody go to and do the eyebrow threading. The same thing, I also went to parlor first time. The ladies doing my threading kind of thing. I started observing, she's rolling and threading. Why not I learn this? Start beauty parlor. Then I did what I did. I asked, ma'am, can you tell me how you thread it? No, you should twist like this and thread, the hair will come. Then how you will learn? You do it for your legs first. Remove for your legs, then you will learn like that. Then I came home, I started thread, I twisted, I start taking from home, my legs. It's so painful, but still, because I want to learn. That's a passion for me. And the first Customer was my mother. I did an experiment for my mother, and I missed it. She shouted at me, "What the hell are you doing to me? Stop it." Then still I didn't stop it. Then I started learning how the beauty parlor runs, what are the cosmetics, this, that, facial. Then I want to start a beauty parlor. So they don't allow me to send to the course. Because what the hell you want to do beauty parlor? I want you to become a computer science engineer, MTech, BSc computers. They joined me in the computer, which I hate it. They want my future to be in the computer science. So I can't say no to them. Okay, fine, mom, okay, I'll do it. Somehow, we have to say yes, right? All the students, yes or no? So this is my story I'm telling you guys. Today I'm standing here, doing all these things. Then I started my beauty parlor. You believe or not, I went to the government NGO organization where they are conducting free beautician course. Without informing to my parents, I went there, I took the certificate. Then now I can start the business, but where is the money? They don't support me. Then I found one organization who was funding for students the money business. Then from there I took 50,000 rupees. Luckily I have a commercial complex, my family. One floor is empty. I started putting the beauty parlor. Then my parents, and beauty parlor was running so well, my goodness. I started appointing two girls, all business mind. My mind is going business. I'm successful. If my parents would have encouraged me, I would have been a successful businesswoman today. But still, the parents did not encourage, but I still did not stop it. I did. Then it was running, and they thought that this girl is going crazy. And they joined me BSc Computer Science in Stanley College. I was a graduated. There I was studying, but I'm telling you, I'm an average student. Only for the sake of my parents, I was studying, okay? So for that, then I'm doing parallelly this thing, and my parents were irritated with me, and they said, okay, let her get married. All the girls, I'm telling you, this is what happens. Yes or no? They will immediately make us to get married. Then we can't say no to that, right? We should obey our parents. Then I got married with one Tamil guy, okay? He was behind me. Then, okay, fine. Actually, I come from a very big background, very strict family, but somehow I got married. Then after marriage, my beauty parlor, my husband was telling that his job was transferred to Pune. That is how I'm a South Indian. I'm come from Andhra Pradesh. Once upon a time it was Andhra Pradesh. Now it is separated Telangana. So it is Telangana now. So I'm come from Telangana, born, raised over there. At the age of 26, I was married, and then I came with my husband. 1 year I have to sold my beauty parlor. I sold it and I came because now husband domination. Parents gone, now husband. All the girls, are you right? So now husband is telling me, he took me all the way to Pune, his company was working, then I have to follow him, obey. Parents says that husband, pati parmeshwar hai कि नहीं? तो परमेश्वर को अभी परमेश्वर पूजा करना है, फिर मैं सुन रही. Then he is working, my husband is working, and now he's working in a good company, German company, and he's fulfilling my needs. He's giving everything, but I don't want my own identity. Sometimes we feel, we want our own identity. So then I started working. And somehow after there, I thought that I should get into HR, I don't like the BSc Computer Science, sorry. That was forcibly made my parents to study. So BSc Computers, then I thought, no, I will do, because I like marketing, I like entrepreneurship, let me do MBA. See, because it's my interest. Then that time I told my husband I want to do MBA. Okay, do study. Then I finished my MBA. and joined as in a company, big company, as an HR manager. I worked for a few years. Still, I'm not liking it. Bloody hell, working under somebody? This is not a business, right? So then I was not so interested. Then I came out of that also. Then I have started my own self. And then by then the girls knows that we have one kid, right? That raising the kid also, it will go some years. Still, I did not give up. After my kid, now 10 years, then 2-3 years back only, I started entered into politics. So my father was in politician, then I entered into, that blood streams is there, no, inside. So that I utilized. And in between, I forgot to tell you, some of the family lives in USA, okay? Any profession, whatever you learn, never get waste. You know, I went to US to visit my family, my sister, my brothers. For visiting only I went. For 6 months, they gave a visiting visa. So what happened, you know, in America, what happened, all the family members, Monday to Friday, they work. Bloody hell, only Saturday, Sunday, they're giving me time to work. Then Monday to Friday, what to do? I found some beauty parlor, wanted post for the threading. Here comes my profession, threading. Then I said, why not I work in threading? Then I went, ma'am, I would like to work. Okay, come. You know, I used to earn $4,000 per month, wow, just in a very visiting. $4,000 every month. They used to give me in the cash, okay? Because they have to, I can't work in illegal, but they used to give them cash. That's all. So after that, you know, like this, when I was small, no, there was one dream for me. I used to travel world. And normally all the girls will expect my dreams, like getting married, going honeymoon, my husband will take me here, my husband will take me there. Stop dreaming all those things. Believe yourself, okay? Husband, he's only one man who can do whatever he could able to do it. But your expectations are more high, you achieve it, not that your husband, okay? अभी तुमको अरे हस्बैंड बाइक में लेके जा रहा है मेरे को कार खरीदना खुद करो ना फिर हस्बैंड बोलेगा आपको कि मैं आपको कार खरीदूंगा वो हस्बैंड खरीदने तक ना 10 साल हो जाएगा 10 साल 15 साल हो जाएगा तो आप खुद कर लिए तो अपना उससे पहले हम लोग खरीद लेंगे the same way I have a dream of traveling the world. Then my husband one time, okay, visiting means US season. Then this was 4,000 made me, you know, crazy. I started earning and I traveled to Europe, I traveled to Singapore, I traveled to everywhere. I'm working and making that money utilized all over the world. I traveled. Only South Africa is left.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Globe, I traveled. Without my husband money, huh? My own money. Because skills always, it is utilized in any ways, you know, not only becoming a doctor, engineer, doesn't matter. Your situations, whatever you come, learn. Don't think that I have to become only doctor. I want to become only engineer. No, how the situation, sometimes, you know, your situations doesn't, you know, make you. But today you can see me as a politician, I'm a state Maharashtra, you know, standing in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I think we have a last question up there. That's the last one. Okay, just the last one, then we go on a break. Then when we come from the break, we can continue with that.
Excuse me.
1 second, up there, yes, up.
May I ask one question?
Please introduce yourself and your school.
Crude Memorial School. My name is Arsalan Sayyed.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
So, my parents say that select one career and make future in that. But I think that try in every way that you can and choose one which you are best in and make career in that. So, what should I do?
All right. So I think most of you have the similar question, all right? Your parents give you the freedom, at least they give you the freedom to tell you to choose one career and stick to it. Let me tell you, we never know what tomorrow comes, when tomorrow comes and what tomorrow brings. Because as you grow older, your interests will change. Keep an open mind, children. So while you may have a parent that says, choose a career and stick to it, you never know what's coming around the bend. You just might keep your opportunities constantly open. There is no career in this world that you cannot create, as long as it's something that you are interested in. If you're interested in traveling, become a travel guide, and the best one of it. If you're interested in business, open a business in something that would benefit others and give you the most pleasure. So keep an open mind. I'm not saying that if you've decided on a career, you shouldn't stick to it. If you've decided on a career, don't think of just one. Give it time. In years to come, it may change. And if it isn't changing and you feel that this is the best thing that you've decided to do and you're going to stick with it, please stick with it. Okay? So all the best for whatever career. If you've chosen one, I wish you the very best in it. But please keep an open mind. It may just change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to thank my panelists. Thank you so much for a beautiful presentation. And we're going to come back after the break and we're going to continue with other things. So at this moment, I'm going to go to the hosts as they continue. Yes, please.
Excuse me, I would like to ask a question. I am Zeba from Root Memorial School, and my question is that in this seminar, we also talked about purpose of life. So I believe that my purpose of life should be learning on every stage of my life. So do you think that this can be my purpose? Because originally I want to be a doctor, a cardiologist, and no, nobody forced me to be a doctor. It is just my own dream. But do you think that learning on every stage of my life can be the purpose of my life?
I'm so glad that you mentioned that because, and I'd like to tell you something to reiterate exactly what you just said. None of us sitting over here can close our life to learning because we learn every single day. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
All right, so I'm glad you are learning every day, and if that's the purpose of your life, let me tell you, you're going to be ending up with a lot of wisdom. But make sure that you put your purpose and all your learning into doing something with it, just to give yourself satisfaction that it's not just the learning that you did all your life, you also put it to some kind of use, which benefited not just you, but everyone around you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Pastor, can I add to that?
Yes, well, I think we have a lot to add to that, but if you look at they've all gone for, how come those that came late are eating first? I mean, the whole up is empty now. They've gone for break, and they were the latecomers. So I think we need to go on a break. Then when we come back, we can take it up from there. Thank you so much. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please, can you give them a round of applause?
What do we say to them? Come on, you can do better than that. Say thank you. Okay, so please be seated. There are a few important instructions. Please be seated, everyone. How many of you are hungry? Can I see your hands? Very good, very good. Okay, so please be seated. The people who are please be seated, everyone. The people in the middle, please be seated. So the very important thing that you must know is that the food is for everyone. It's available for everyone. There'll be ushers around who will guide you outside, okay? And you can go outside and eat, okay? So there'll be packages given to you. Follow the people who are leading you. Go outside, eat your food, and come back, okay? And you have just 30 minutes to eat, okay? The first row over here can move out. You'll see people wearing blue color t-shirts. They will guide you, okay? And you follow the lines, all right? Please, there should be a discipline over here. Maintain cleanliness. Please, don't be
Hello and welcome to another episode of Love World Expressions. Yay! The show where we relive the performances of music, dance, drama, and other art forms seen at some of our events in the Love World Nation over the years. Today's episode is mega interesting. My name is Helen King and I'm your host. Don't touch that dial. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, I told you today's episode is an interesting one, and it's tagged Presenter's Choice. Woo, 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 woo. That means we will be featuring performances from episodes of Love World Expressions that I like. Yes, and I like all the episodes, but we're going to be choosing some specific ones. So, here's the first one for today. Now, this is from the episode Final Call. And this particular episode had so many beautiful presentations in it. However, I particularly liked one of the major presentations performed by the group from Cape Town. Enjoy this.
God's word is at work in us to achieve in and through us the extraordinary. We are limitless. God's word builds us up. We are growing by the speed of the Spirit, bigger and bigger. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are standing strong, united, marching on, running our race with joy in our hearts. We are standing strong, united, marching on till Jesus returns for His church.
Let's go! God's dream and the purpose of Christ's redemptive work is Christ in you, yeah, Christ in me. Hey.
Jesus lives in you by the power of the Holy Ghost.
Hey.
You are never alone.
There is glory in you everywhere you go. You are shining.
Hey. Because greater is He who is in you, hey, than he that is in the world.
Hey. You are limitless. God lives in you.
Running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless. We are all running together, united as one. We are limitless.
amazing. That is so fantastic. And I love it when young people speak about the exploits they're doing around the world. Fantastic, isn't it? All right, let's go to the next one on my Presenter's Choice episode. This one is from the Let's Dance episode of Love Word Expressions. And as the title tells you, a lot of the presentations had dance moves in it with dance songs. But this particular one I absolutely loved. Now, this particular presentation, I believe, was titled The Champion Dance, and they had some kind of like, what the champion dance was. And I loved it because I'm a champion all day, every day. And this was done at the Love World Staff Awards. Enjoy.
I'm the light in the midst of a darkness. King I come as I rise to my brightness. Every time you see me, you see God. He's divine and I'm one of the branches. So I've come with mercy and goodness. So every time you see me, you see God. Cause I am His light and I'm His reflection. When you see me, you see the Father in perfection. I am a star upon the hill, I'm giving direction. When you see me, you see His love, I feel His affection. That's how I light up the whole world. Let's go! Do the champion dance. Come on, do the champion dance. The champion dance. We are the light. We shine so bright. We are the stars up in the sky. We are number one. Ooh, we are champions. Oh, we are number one. Ooh, champions. Do the champion dance. Come on, do the champion dance. The champion dance. Come on, do the champion dance. Ain't just without an halo. When we go, the blessings follow. We never ever go low. Give joy to the way the sorrows. In the world of darkness, we are the light. In the world of ashes, we beautify. We are the light. We shine so bright. We are the stars up in the sky. 'Cause we are number one. Hey, yeah. Oh, we are champions. Ooh, we are number one. Oh, champions. Counting my blessings, cannot name them one by one. Reading every battle for me, cannot tell it all. All I see is grace. In the darkest place. We are the light. We shine so bright. We are the stars up in the sky. Oh, we are number one. Oh, we are champions. You see, we are everywhere. Oh, champions. Come on, do this champion dance. Do the champion dance. Come on and do the champion dance. Do the champion dance. Come on, do the champion dance. Where my champion said? 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 We are the light. We shine so bright. We are the stars up in the sky. Ooh, 'cause we are.
I just, there's just something about that group. Every time the lead singer does his thing, I just want to jump in to the set and do my thing as well. Amazing. All right, so now the next episode of Love Word Expressions I'm going to be taking us back to is the episode titled Lights. Now this one, this was so beautiful. We had a presentation, I believe tagged or themed Children of the Light, and it was epic. Now this performance was led by the Campus Ministry UK in collaboration with some of Love Word's elite dancers. We have the best opening ceremony presentations in the Love Word Nation. Watch this.
Voices of the nations, hear the sound, see the colors of their grace. In Him they're found, can't be broken, can't be tamed. Praise the Lord, they're ready for war. This is the song, this is the song. Best believe it, they are chosen. Return and crown. Their creed is not a notion. Heed the sound, can't be broken, can't be tamed. Praise the Lord, they're ready for war. This is the song. This is the song. And now we echo the song of the ages. The songs are ready, sounding as the dawn. The children of the light, we are the lights. And now we echo the song of the ages. The sound of heaven, and the songs of dawn. The kings are here, soldiers of the war. Commandos, colonels, majors, all lieutenants congregate to announce that there's no need to fear. They're turning things around, restructuring aeons. Hurrah! Now we sing our song. Death has lost its sting. Victory is ours. We announce that there's no need to fear. We're turning things around, restructuring aeons. The kings are here, soldiers of the war. Wonders on the stages, all the tenants congregate. Announce that there's no need to fear. We're turning things around, restructuring aeons. Hurrah! Now we sing our song. Death has lost its sting.
Mr. President, sir, today I present to you all our troops from our global divisions, from China to India, to Europe, United States, and, of course, the United Kingdom, to name a few. Mr. President, sir, it's your word to the world.
The souls are ready, sound the altar God. Oh, the children of the light, we are the light. And now we echo the song of the ages, the sound of
I want you to send one of your representatives from each school. I'm going to ask you certain questions, and those who are able to answer it, you will be rewarded with a prize. All right? Not many, just 4. I want the first 4 people to raise up their hand who will come ahead. Can I have your attention, please? All right? So my first question is, I want the names of the 4 panelists we just had. How many of you remember? One person to name all the 4 panelists. If you remember even 2, you can come upstage. Hello. I think you guys are still busy digesting your food. Okay, all right. I'm going to ask you once again. Please, can we be organized? Can we be organized? All those who are standing, I want you to sit down. All those students who are standing, can you please take your places? And I request all those who are outside still to please come back to your positions in the hall. Hello? Yes, I'm going to repeat my question. Can I have silence? Yes, I have your attention now. I'm asking this one question. The first 4 people, the first 4 students from any one of you who come up stage and name the 4 panelists we had will be receiving a prize. If you remember even one of them, we had 4 esteemed panelists right here just before you had your break. If you remember, can you raise your hand? How many of you all remember? Okay, can I see your hands? I see 2 over there. Yes, you can come quickly. Anyone else? Over here. Is it only the Croots? Is it only the students from Croot who remember? Come on, that's good. Yes, come. Yes, stand. No, it's fine. Just stand. Yes, we have 4 of us. Come. From Fortune, right? Wow, we have 4 of them. Rest of y'all can wait. I asked for first 4. Let's clap for them. We had the first 4. All right, we're gonna go by first.
Priyadarshini Mane, ma'am.
Yes.
PG Sudhita, ma'am.
All right. You remember any one of them?
No.
All right. That's fine. Let's give her a round of applause.
So,
yes.
the one on the very right was Pastor. I hope
Yes.
his name is Pastor.
Yes.
And the one sitting over there was D'Souza ma'am.
All right.
And besides her was Priyadarshini ma'am.
Yes.
And on the very left was Vijay sir.
Wow. Give him a round of applause. Yes, can you hand over?
Thank you.
Yes, for the same, here was Paston sir, then here was the Priyadarshini ma'am and the Tracy D'Souza ma'am and Vijay sir.
Wow, great.
Here was the Pastor
Pastor.
sir. Here was the Tracy D'Souza ma'am.
All right.
Here was the Priyadarshini ma'am. And here was the
Mr. Vijay.
Vijay sir.
All
Vijay
right.
sir.
Okay. How many of you all remember a pastor's name who was sitting right here? Does any one of you remember? If you might have heard clearly. Okay. His name is Pastor Chooks. All right? And let's give a round of applause for our four of them, for the four winners. Yes. May I have their gifts, please? Their rewards. Solo. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We have everything. Come this side. Okay, you can come this side. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. Yes, you can go back to your places. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
May I take this?
Yes.
Thank you.
There are 3 questions that I'm going to quickly ask. You have just 1 minute to think. These are some simple problem-solving questions. And those who came now cannot come again. We have prizes for the others too. Please listen to them carefully. These are some simple problem-solving questions, and you have to give a solution. If that solution is reliable, you win a prize. So the first question is, you're taking a test, and the guy behind you asks for help, and you know cheating is bad. What would you do? You have 1 minute. 1 minute. Any two people for this question. Yes, we have one over here. Yes, the one in the second row. I want someone from above. For the next question, I'm coming above. Let's give them a round of applause quickly. Yes. All right. Can you stand at this line? I thought it was just 2, nah? All right, you can stand over there. Stand in the center. The camera is there. Yeah. Okay, so, yes.
Check. After the question, if you see, if that person is a really good friend of yours, it is, between friends, it is right. But then ethically, it is not what you're supposed to do, because a test, it is not to see if you just get, it's not just for marks, it is just to see if you know the answer or not.
All right. Yes. हाँ चलेगा. Yes, हिंदी में. It's on. Speak.
अगर मेरे पीछे का अगर कोई लड़का बैठा होगा, वो अगर मुझे बोलेगा मुझे चीटिंग करा, तो चाहे वो मेरा बेस्ट फ्रेंड हो पर मैं उसे चीटिंग नहीं करवाऊंगा, क्योंकि अगर आज वो पास हो गया या फिर आज उसको अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए लेकिन वो उसके मार्क्स चीटिंग के होंगे, तो उसको जब कल वो कहीं बाहर जाएगा तब उसको चीटिंग करवाने के लिए कोई नहीं होगा और उसको फिर खुद को ही पेपर देना है। इसीलिए ना उसको मैं अभी हेल्प करूंगा ना कभी हेल्प करूंगा, पेपर के लिए नहीं लेकिन वैसे करूंगा। थैंक यू।
Wow, that's nice. Yes.
We can ignore it that time. After that, we can explain him how to do it.
So you want to explain your friend?
Yes.
All right.
After the test.
After the test. But do you think cheating is wrong?
Yes, it is wrong.
Cheating is wrong. Which one of you think gave the best answer? What's your name? Is it Ashutosh? All right. All right. Honesty is your first policy. You have to be honest while you're writing an exam. And if you didn't study, that's your mistake. You will have to take the test again. Let's give them a round of applause. All three of them will get their gifts. Hand it over. All right. Yes. Stand in the center. Stand in the center. Thank you so much. All right. We have the last three people, and I want this from the top. Since we are running out of time, I want people from the top now. I want three of you to mention three things that you learned during the previous sessions with Miss Tracy, Mrs. Priyadarshani, Pastor Chooks. I want you to mention three important things that you have. I want you to mention the important things that you learned from their sessions. I would like to invite the next three people. I want it from the top, from the balcony. Can I see your hands? Yes, I see one in the center. Yes, come quickly. One at the right. Is it that the top floor? It's already crewed. I need from another school. I need another school. I have already 2 crewed students. We have one more. All right. 2 from the balcony and 1 from the floor. One. Already there are 2. Yes, please wait. Were you the 2 kids? You came from top floor, right? All right. So we have our 3 beautiful contestants. And please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I am Tehreem Sheikh from Nyan Prabodhini English Medium School. From these sessions, I learned that we should believe in yourself and never think that we are not alone. We should believe in yourself and confidence. If we have confidence, then we can do anything. Thank you for give me opportunity to tell something. Thank you.
Let's give her a round of applause. That was great. Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Shantanu Girish Dave. I am from St. View International. The first thing I learned from this session is believe in yourself. Second I learned from this session is whatever you do at the top level and you should not be regret for this. Third thing I learned from this session is always be in one career. Do not choose different. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great answer. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am from St. Pio International School. I learned first from that session was be kind, care everybody, and second was be confident to the level, and third, do whichever job you want, it will be success, and where you will get the chance to perform that anywhere else. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Let's give them a round of applause, and they will be receiving their prizes for being bold, paying attention, and of course, there's a lot to learn more. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. With this, we conclude this small little refreshing time. And my name is Enoch Thomas. Thank you once again.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Salina, and I'm sure you're having fun until now, aren't you? Can I hear a cheer from you? A louder cheer. And now we are going to call upon our coordinator of Asia region, Justice Sir, who is going to share some vital information about how to be a successful person in our life, following with my co-host Abhishek, who will be sharing some information about cybercrime, the threats, and the measures to prevent it. Can we welcome them with a round of applause?
Hello, students. How are you doing? All right, can you give your neighbor a high five? Come on, let me see you do it. All right. Thank you. We'll be going into a very important segment, and the title is Vital Quality for a Success. You know, during the talk show, all of our esteemed guests were telling us about the importance of your life as a student and how you can be a success in all that you do. So quickly, we're just going to go over that. All right. You know, like our esteemed group pastor defined, success. Hello, can I get a calm environment? All right. So my own definition of success, according to the greatest author of the Power of the Mind, the book Power of the Mind, is that success is making your world better than you met it. Tell somebody success. Say to somebody, success is making my world better than I met it. All right, so there are different or various qualities to be a success. And number one is what? Hard work. All right, number three. All right, let's take it slow. Let's take it slow. Number four, self-discipline. Number five, prayerfulness. Number six, focus. Number seven, number 8, number 9, and number 10. All right. Now, to be a successful person, you can't just wake up one morning and say, I want to be a success, without any hard work, without studying your book, taking extra classes, you know, doing your own research for what you want to become. Then number two, you must have the courage to pursue that dream. A lot of people, sometimes they give up and say, Aria, it's too difficult. Maths is not my subject. Or I can't continue with this studies. So they just give up like that. But you must be courageous. Every successful person in our world today, when you see them, they are very courageous. Number three, you must be self-confident. You can't say, oh, I'm not bold. Look at those guys that came out to answer the questions. Clap for them. They are very bold, and they came out and answered those questions. So you must be bold to pursue that dream of yours. Number four is that you must be self-disciplined. You know, when I was small, I used to say, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a doctor, so many options, you know. But as time goes on, I knew what I want to become. So, can I get that up, please? So you must have self-discipline. And number five, you must always pray. All right, prayer is important. Then number six, you must be focused. This is not the time to be distracted. Do you understand? If you have a dream, if you have something you want to achieve in life, you have to be focused. Are you hearing me? This is not the time to look for one boyfriend or girlfriend, or, some people will say he has a pointed nose. So every time I see him, oh my God. This is not the time. This is the time to focus on your studies, on your academy, because every parent wants his or their children to be a success. All right? And success is at different level. How many of you have ever written exam? Or you write an exam? How many of you? Can you wave? Have you ever written an exam? Okay. How was the exam? Yes, so that's a level of success. You graduated from one class to the other. Then, number 7, you must be honesty. You must be honest. Learn to tell the truth at all time. All right? You must be honest with yourself. What do I really want in life? Am I going to become a doctor because I have a friend who wants to be a doctor? You have to be honest with yourself. All right, what you really want. Then number 8, you must have courtesy. Are you hearing me? You must learn to say thank you. Show gratitude. Some people, when you give them something, maybe your friend in your school, you give them your pen, they don't even say thank you. They don't even say, oh, thank you for this. They just take it, give it to me. Which is not supposed to be so. Learn to thank your teachers. Learn to thank your parents. All right? Then number 9, you must have initiative. You must be creative. You must think outside of the box. Recently I was doing a study of the youngest billionaire in the world. She's just 19 years old. Yes, 19 years old. You see? So why going to school is not just enough to say, I want to be a student. No, what is your dream? What is your goal? You must think outside the box. Are you going to school because when you graduate, you want to come out and start working the 9 to 5 job? A same group pastor was telling us about those guys on YouTube who are making crores every week because of their talent. I'm not saying education is bad or wrong. It's good. You must be educated. But don't be like put everything as though you're going to depend that you're going to work from 9 to 6. All right? Then number 10, determination. You must be determined. Next, useful, successful quotes for young people. Let's take it together. 1 to go. He who fails to plan, plan to fail. Can we read it together? He who fails to plan, plan to fail. The door of success is open to those who push hardest. There's no shortcut to success. To get the prize, you must what? All right. Whatever your mind can imagine, you can achieve. Don't say, oh, because I'm in India, so I can't become anybody I want to be. No. Whatever your mind can imagine, you can achieve. Next to that, hard work never kills. It's laziness that actually kills. Winners don't quit, and what? Quitters don't what? Win. Life doesn't give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you demand. Next slide, please. Now, these are team of success, successful, an illustration of a successful team. All right, they are helping each other. Some of you might say, I'm very good in my class. I'm very good with mathematics, with chemistry. So I want to keep that position, always distinction. I'm not going to share the idea with my friends and all. No, a successful person doesn't think like that. Next slide, please. All right, next. Now, this is laziness that kills. Are you hearing me? There are some students, they only study when it's 3 days to exam. Okay. They try to put all the books in their head, which is not going to work because you are not a magician. So this is an example of this guy who tries to read all the topics so that he can pass his exam, but he end up sleeping. All right? You see, a successful person will always train for what he or she wants to become. These are footballers, and they are training, they are practicing. You want to be a doctor. Have you done your research to see who is the best doctor in the world? And how can you help your nation with things like this? All right, next verse. 10 vices you must avoid, or 10 vices you must avoid. Number 1, smoking. Never allow yourself as a teenager or as a young adult to get into smoking. I know in our generation now, people just want to get high, say, oh, I'm feeling depressed, so I just want to go and get some pop-ups. You're going to end up popping up your life without achieving anything. Number 2, alcohol. Don't get involved in such thing. It can destroy your life. Number 3 is what? Hard drugs. You know, some people say, I want to take hard drugs to become hard. Number 4, fighting. Shah Rukh Khan and who? Don't get involved in such things. All right? Remember, we learn about courtesy. Learn to say, I'm sorry. Learn to apologize. Don't be the one to say, oh, I'm right. I know what I want to do. I'm right. I'm right every time. Because you step on my shoe, I'm going to show you. Number 6, gambling. Don't get involved in such. Intimate relationships. Don't be part of those. You want to become a success. You have a goal, you know, and soon enough, you become responsible for yourself. Some of you now, you are home. You even wake up in the morning. They prepare biryani for you, make your bed, wake you up. Some of you, they even dress you. If you will give your mother or your father the privilege, they will brush your teeth for you, you know. But a time will come when you become responsible for yourself. That time, there will not be mommy or daddy. You become responsible for somebody else. So a successful person doesn't get into such. Cultism, handling weapons, lying and stealing is not part of you as a student. You want to be a successful person, cut away these things. Don't steal, don't lie. Next slide, please. This is the effect of tobacco. How many of you want your teeth to be like this? So avoid tobacco and smoking. All right, next slide. This is the effect of alcohol. The guy thinks he's in Canada. He's in heaven. In other words, he's seeing himself as though he's swimming in Indian Ocean. Next slide. Never get involved in this. Don't say, I'm going to show you that I'm Shah Rukh Khan today, so I'm going to pick wood and I'm going to, you know. Don't do that. Next slide, please. All right, next slide. 5 factors, write this down, 5 factors that will determine your future. Number 1, your thought. What you think will control you. If you allow yourself to feel depressed, feel like you want to commit suicide because you fail your exam, it's up to you. But what you think, what you allow into your mind will control you. You know, there are sometimes, a lot of you here, I know you like BTS. So when you listen to BTS, okay, calm down. When you listen, some of you feel like crying. You are thinking of what Joanna did to you 4 years ago. She broke your heart. All right. Your habits. How is your habit like? Are you the one that gets angry easily? You say, I'm going to... you've got to calm down. How is your habit like? Are you the one that use offensive words? In India, yeah, it's common. But as a successful person, don't be somebody like that use offensive words. Then your friends, you must have the right friends. Don't have friends who call you to just go and play at every time, or who call you to go and party. No, you want to have friends who are like-minded like you. You want to be a doctor? Look for those kind of friends, the best doctor in the world. Then you come together, you're learning, you're studying, because you have a future in mind. Then your commitment to God. Quickly, next slide. Number 1, think the right thoughts. Please go back. Number 1, let's go. Think the right thoughts. Reject negative thoughts whenever they come. Engage your mind on productivity or productively. Use words to counter negative thoughts. Feed your minds on God's word daily. It's very, very important. All right, next slide because of time. Deliberately cultivate good habits. So the way to change bad habits is to cultivate good habits. Students most time when they are on holiday, they sleep and wake up at 1 p.m. because there's no school. But do you know that within that time you wake up early, you can use it to study a lot, and you can become ahead of your students. Any habit that makes you spend a lot of money is not a good habit. Any habit that makes you spend a lot of money is not a good habit. Don't join those that are buying pan. Any habit that takes your time is not a good habit. Any habit that makes you feel guilty is not a good habit. Any habit that you can't control is not a good habit. Because of time, I'm just going to be fast with this. Next slide, please. Your friends, the people you move with, the people that are your friends will determine your future, will determine your character, your action, the way you behave, the way you speak. Now, when choosing a friend, you need to look at for these qualities. Family background. Where are they from? You don't want to go out with a goon. Do you know it's a goon? He will make you a goon also. Then character. How is the person's character? Language. How does he or she speak? Does the person speak negatively or harsh words? Then the person's friends, his habits, advice, attitudes, and respect for God. Next slide quickly. I'm almost rounding up. Now, your attitude. Number 1, be respectful. All right? Always be respectful. Whether it's to your fellow students, your teachers, your mom, anybody, be respectful. Be patient. Don't be in an hurry. Some people walk so fast. A successful person don't work like that. They are not patient. They want things now, fast, jaldi. Be considerate. Be helpful. Be decent. And all of you are looking so decent here. Clap for yourselves. All right. 2 more, then we're rounding up. Your thoughts determine your actions, and your actions determine your habits. Your habit determine your attitude. Your attitude determine your character. Your character determine your future. All right, next slide, please. Now, I will just stop here. Now, what I'm going to do, there's something called TiVo clubs. All right, these TiVo clubs, we come to your schools to teach you things that you should know. These are seminars, all right? So we'll plan strategically and see how we can come to your school to share more on these topics. Because of time, I can't conclude on everything I have today. But as we close this conference today, as time goes on, we'll come to your schools and we'll be having a 30 minutes weekly, just once a week, 30 minutes of this seminar to guide you. All right, so I'll just take this lastly. Studying and reading tips. Start studying on time as soon as the term begins. All right? Don't wait. You remember that guy that slept, put book on his head? Don't wait till it's exam time before you start studying. As soon as the term begins, start studying. Eliminate distraction. You know, most of our young people now, social media, they are ever scrolling, spending 5 hours, 6 hours. Then pray before you start studying. Vocalize your reading. Don't lie down to sleep and say, you just sleep. Don't lie down to read. All right? When you're reading, say it out. Summarize vital information after reading. All right? So I'm going to stop here now because of time. And thank you for listening. If there's any question, you can write it down, pass it to those guys that are standing on the side, and I'm going to take your question as time goes on. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Wow, can we have a round of applause for our speaker? Now, I would like to welcome our guest, Dr. Prashant, on the stage. Our esteemed Dr. Prashant, who is a dentist, oral and maxillofacial surgeon, implantologist, MDS, oral and maxillofacial surgery, and BDS. Let's facilitate Dr. Prashant. Can we have some words from you, Dr. Prashant? Can you speak something?
I would like to thank Pastor Chooks for this opportunity to be here. It's great to see the future, and I would be very happy to see all of y'all ahead, do very well, and I'm happy that we are organizing this conference in the way that it is, to encourage y'all, to facilitate y'all, to answer questions that y'all have regarding not only work or the way y'all would like to move ahead, but to help y'all get there. So thank you so much for this opportunity of being here, and I wish y'all all the best. Thank you.
Hello? Didn't you all eat food? Hello? Okay, so now only the guys will say hi, okay? Hello? Okay, and now let's hear the girls. Hello? Come on guys, the girls are louder. So I am Abhishek Bansode. I am currently working as a threat detection analyst in KPMG Global Services. And I graduated with 9.8 CGPA, and I was student of the year as well. And today I'll be talking to you on cybercrime. So can we have the PPT, please? Yeah, so the topic for today is the evolving landscape of cybercrime, emerging threats, and proactive prevention strategies. How many of us have heard of the word hacker? How many of us think it seems interesting or, someone who's very great? Right? A hacker, when you think about hacker, it seems someone who can break the rules, who can do anything, right? I mean, you give him a phone, he can just do anything and everything, right? So we are going to talk about those segments, about what is included in cybercrime, how exactly it happens. Because of time, I'm going to be very fast, so I'd like you all to cooperate. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, so this is the definition of cybercrime. You all can maybe just have a look at it. So definition of cybercrime, it includes unauthorized access, data theft, and other illegal activities conducted via the internet. And types of cybercrime that we'll be discussing, there are more types than the ones I've stated, but for now we'll be focusing on these ones, which is hacking, phishing, identity theft, cyber stalking, and ransomware attacks. How many of us have heard of these terms? Okay, how many of us have at least heard one of these terms? 2? Okay, 3 terms? Okay, fine. So, yeah, y'all are Gen Z. Let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, so again, these are the topics that we'll be discussing. Next slide. Yeah, so when we talk about phishing scams, I'm going to go in detail, but these are the definitions. You can just take a look. So we are going to talk about phishing scams, then identity theft, malware infections, and ransomware attacks. Now, ransomware, how many of us have heard that word ransomware? Maybe in the news, you read it somewhere? Okay, fewer, yeah. Okay, I expected that, but yeah, let's move on. So phishing scams, how many of us have ever got that message on WhatsApp which says, click on this link and Amazon voucher, or, roll this dial and you'll get Amazon free gift, or iPhone, or then share this with 10 people and, you'll get an iPhone for free. So all of us have done that, right? Even in my times, that scam used to come. And even today, in different ways, that scam comes, but you need to understand that that is not real. Now, some of the key points you can look at. Can you see that website name there? Is it visible? Okay, I'll explain it to you. So that website name says Amazon, but instead of one N, it has 2 N's, right? So whenever you click on any link, let's say you get a WhatsApp link to buy something, or maybe some random number sends you a message saying that, okay, click on this link to get this voucher, or to get this free iPhone, get this, get that. So one of the first things you need to do is what? Look at the URL. So if there is a spelling mistake, if there is something off about the URL, do not click on that URL. Do not enter your details, do not enter your credit card details or anything, whatever it is. If you want to shop or buy or use any service, use the legitimate applications, or go on Google search for the site, and then only use those sites. Because many of the times, they'll give you enticing, that you have to do this in 1 minute and you'll get an iPhone. But most of the times, or if not all, these are the times when they try to catch you, and that is called phishing. That is called what? Phishing. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So now this is something all of us have to be very careful about. How many of us use social media? Whether WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social type, right? So all of us. And one of the things about social media is what? You upload things. You watch things. You see things. So one thing you have to be very careful about is what you upload. Especially Snapchat and all these apps, do you know they track you? Do you know if you don't check the settings properly, anyone can see where you are at a certain point of time, right? So one thing you have to do always is whenever you have a social media app, go into the settings and check the privacy settings. It might seem like a small thing, but one mistake can cause your whole life to be destroyed. If you are careless about what you're uploading on the internet, you could find that maybe by mistake you've uploaded a photo which includes your Aadhaar card details, which includes your birth date, or any personal type of details. Maybe you're uploading stories, which means you could be sharing your address as well. Because when we talk about hacking, hackers have a lot of resources. It's called open source information. So they can look on the internet for things which are freely available, and that's how they can stalk you. So when we talk about cyber stalking, it's based on the information that you provide to the hacker. It's not like, hacking is not that easy that, hacker just knows your name, he can hack everything. It is dependent on how you are allowing him to hack you, or what sources you're opening to him. So this is about identity theft. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, so malware and ransomware. So malware stands for malicious software. Malware stands for malicious software. Malware stands for malicious software. That means software which will do something bad to you, software which can destroy you, software which can cause harm to you. So that is malware. And I talked about ransomware. This is a very famous type of malware which is coming on these days, where the virus comes in on a system and it locks the system. Instead of just deleting everything, it locks the system. And what does it do? It tells you to pay money to unlock that system. I'm not sure if you're reading the news. Some of the times, many healthcare institutes have undergone ransomware attacks, right? So their healthcare was locked completely. And until they provide money to the hacker is not releasing it. So that's called ransomware. That's the type of malware which is widely circulated recently. Moving on. Yeah, so now these three are very important things which happen on social media. So the first one is cyberbullying, the second one is sextortion, and the third one is privacy concern. Let's move on quickly. We'll discuss. Yeah. So when you talk about cyberbullying, have you ever experienced that maybe you post something and then suddenly someone is posting bad comments about, if you have a public profile, or maybe you see someone else that they're posting some good things, and suddenly there are people who are commenting negatively, and over a period of time that person gets affected. So that is a part of cyberbullying. Anything that is being said negative, or anything negative that has been posted about you, that is forcing you to behave unlike yourself, is called cyberbullying. And just to be fast, you can read these things quickly. And one of the important things I'd like to tell you is, if you are facing cyberbullying, there are the three things. First of all, of course, you can complain to your authorities, or rather let your authorities know, whether it's your parents, maybe someone who knows computers. Or then the second one is, you can go to cybercrime.gov.in. There you can register your complaint, and the government will take care of it. So maybe you can note this site down, if in the future you face this thing. Or the third option is also dial the number 1930. What is the number? Okay, you all are listening. Let's move on. Yeah, sextortion. Now this is also a very dangerous type of crime. In this type of crime, sometimes you could get messages from a random number who's asking you to turn on your video call, and they're demanding, or they are saying that they'll do certain things for you. Never, ever talk to those kind of people. Just block that number. You might not understand, but what these people do is very dangerous. What do? They probably put on a fake video on somewhere, like showing you that they are there in person. They make you do things, and what do? They record those videos. And then you are threatened that if you do not listen to our terms, we are going to post that video online for people to see. We are going to post it in your school group. We're going to post it on social media. We're going to send it to your family members. So this is not a myth. This happens to people. There are people whose lives have been destroyed by this. So that's why, be very, very careful. If a random stranger sends you a request for anything, do not accept it. Especially never send your personal photos to any random stranger. And also, especially be careful on social media, those who are online friends, because you don't know who's behind that screen. So it's dangerous. So, be very careful and alert whenever you are posting things on social media, or when you're doing anything, because that information can be used against you to destroy your life. And as students, they'll make you do things, but now that you know about this, I'm sure you'll be careful, right? Yes. So moving on. Yeah, privacy concerns. Like I told you, there are data leaks also. So whatever you share on social media, be careful about it. And we'll talk about some things you can do. Okay, let's move on quickly because of time. Okay, next. Yeah, quickly. So these are some of the things you can apply to keep yourself secure from hackers. The first one is what? Use strong password. Now password 123 is the worst password. ABC 123, bad password. QWERT, worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, worst. So what do? You use phrases like dog, cat, or dog, con, 1, 0, exclamation. So those kinds of passwords are difficult to break. But when you just use simple words, then it becomes easy to break. So whenever you're using password, use phrases. And phrases are easy to remember as well. Okay? And yeah, and the second one is enable two-factor authentication. How many of us know what two-factor authentication is? Okay, very few of you all. So two-factor authentication means that whenever you put in your password, with your password, you'll get an OTP, either on your mail number, or maybe you have to put another factor in, or you have to put in something else as well. So whenever you go into your social media account, you have to enable this if it's not on by default. Whether it's, even WhatsApp has two-factor authentication. So I suggest, whenever you go home now, in fact, you can even help your parents out with this because, they might not know all of these things, but you, as the latest generation, Gen Z, it's your responsibility to help them out. So when you go home, go to this option, privacy, and enable it, which is two-factor authentication, which will help you keep you safe from hackers, even if they break your password. And then, be cautious of public Wi-Fi. Just because you find a Wi-Fi open somewhere does not mean you use it. Because if it is a hacker's Wi-Fi, he can see everything that you're doing, which is dangerous for you. Okay? And then maintain your privacy, as I said already, and be wary of phishing attempts, and install antivirus on your phone and check your app permissions. So sometimes we think antivirus is only for laptops and computer systems, but no, phone also comes with an antivirus. So you can install an antivirus and keep it secure. AVG is also there. There's Malwarebytes as well. So you can just check the Play Store for these and just have them there just in case. Yeah, next slide. Yes. Yeah, no Q&A because we are out of time. Next slide. And but if you have any questions, you can write down my mail ID. You can send me your questions. If you want a link of this slide, maybe you want to check it out clearly, you can mail it to me, and I'll send you the slide and I'll answer your questions also. The mail ID is 1abhishek777@gmail.com. So thank you so much for having me, and I hope I was able to help you.
Wow, what a fun time it has been, has it not? Have you guys enjoyed? Let me ask it in Hindi. Maza aa raha hai ki nahi? Okay, very good. So right now we're going to go into an amazing time where we're going to make some super powerful confessions. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to rise up on your feet. So very quickly, everyone stand up, stand up, stand up. And what you're going to do right now is talk to your neighbor. So maybe you have a partner, वो ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है, उसको पकड़ो, खच को उसको, और say you're going to say some words to him. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? All right. So tell your neighbor, say, I am a leader. Say it again. I am a leader. I get the job done. अरे मुझे मत कहो, अपने नेबर से कहो. Tell your neighbor, I get the job done when no one is watching. Now we'll take it in bit in Hindi. Say, मैं एक अगवाह हूँ. वापस से कहिए, मैं एक अगवाह हूँ. मैं बदलाव को लाता हूँ. मैं बदलाव को लाता हूँ. मैं सफल हूँ. Lift your hand in the air. Say, मैं सफल हूँ. मैं सफल हूँ. मेरी जिंदगी उत्कृष्ट है. Did you have fun? Okay, now we're going to go into a deeper level of confession. And I want everyone to close your eyes. This is a very special time, so you're not going to make any noise, but you're going to repeat what I say. So each word, as I say it in Hindi, I want you to repeat after me. Are we on the same page? Okay, so repeat after me. Say, O Prabhu Parmeshwar, मैं अपने पूरे हृदय से यीशु मसीह जीवित परमेश्वर के पुत्र में विश्वास करता हूँ. मैं विश्वास करता हूँ कि वह मेरे लिए मरा और परमेश्वर ने उसे मरे हुए में से जीवित किया. मैं विश्वास करता हूँ कि आज वह जीवित है. मैं अपने मुख से घोषणा करता हूँ कि आज यीशु मसीह जीवित है. मैं नया जन्मा हूँ. धन्यवाद परमेश्वर मेरे आत्मा को बचाने के लिए. अब मैं परमेश्वर का एक संतान हूँ. Give your neighbor a high five. Give him a high five right now. Make it sound loud. I should hear it. So, congratulations. The declarations that you made, जो घोषणाएं आपने किए हैं, आप एक सफलता हो. Okay, attention here. हो गया, high five हो गया. So, आप एक सफलता हो और आप जिंदगी में जो कुछ भी करोगे, उसमें आप सफलता पाओगे. Thank you so much. You can all be seated.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. So here I am to present a spoken word before you all. I require you all to be silent. The world is a community where there is absence of unity, where the truth is blindfolded with lies and the falseness cannot be fathomed, where there are inapt fights rather than talking about rights. It's so sad that the world is a captive of exploitation, where we see human trafficking for profit. Instead of being a part of the transformation of the world, people choose to destroy the world by their very actions. But remember, you and I, we are not slaves in this world. Neither we are powerless, but we are powerful in our oneness. But yet, we are divided by our selfish mindset. Have we forgotten the language of humanity? Humanity, which means dwelling in loving kindness, the utmost respect that you give to a person. Humanity is not discrimination. It is not division. And certainly, it isn't differentiation. I wonder, is it that difficult to walk in generosity? The Creator said, there is no commandment greater than love. Humanity is love. Love breaks barriers, barriers of selfishness and wickedness. Love does not involve harmfulness, but humbleness. We are the art of the Creator. The very eternal plan of God is to project equality and not division. So choose to love and convey kindness to everyone as God loves us. Remember, God made all of us unique, yet equal in perfection. Thank you so much.
Wow, what a beautiful spoken word. So upcoming now, we have a talk show which talks about social issues and social pressures.
Let's welcome a panelist on stage.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Hello everyone. Can I hear a loud hi? Hi everyone. Okay, so as I have all of your attention, we have a very, very special segment right now that is called as a talk show, all right? So we're going to have people, okay? So these are one of the best orators or speakers that we have, okay? So, yes, so good afternoon everyone. I am Dr. Prashanti Dalvi. I am delighted to welcome you to another special segment. I hope you have enjoyed all the sessions before. Have you enjoyed? I can't hear you. Wow, okay. So in this segment, we will be exploring a range of significant social issues that impact individuals. Particularly youth, we'll be discussing strategies for their preventions. Okay, so we are going to be discussing all social issues and their prevention and how we can take care of them. Okay, so over here we have our panelists. Let me introduce you to them. First we have Enoch. Then we have Adnil, Valerie, hi. Abha, and
Hello.
Nissi. Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask question to Nissi. Nissi, what is your topic and what are we going to learn today?
So good afternoon everyone. I stand by all existing protocol. I am Nissi. I've recently completed my Bachelor of Business Administration and today I am here to speak on the topic mental health. Now, mental health involves our emotional and psychological well-being. It affects how we interact with people and how we handle stress. Now, issues like anxiety, depression, eating disorder, or substance abuse can make everyday life challenging. For instance, anxiety might make someone constantly worried about small things. All these conditions often manifest in noticeable changes. Example, change in sleep patterns or binge eating, etc. Now, how does one deal with such mind battles? First is having conversations about how you feel. Whatever distressing thoughts you come across, it's very important to approach a person. Maybe someone who is near to you, your parents, your teachers, or if you feel that there's a need required to approach a professional help, then you must approach a therapist. But remember that it's very important to analyze your own emotions because it builds up our life. Also, if you need any help, you can also contact us and we would be glad to help you. Remember that place your mental health as one of your priorities in life because it helps you in your lifestyle. Thank you.
Wow. So, very important thing that we've learned over here is about mental health and how mental health not only is just something you cannot see, but it also affects your body physically. Many conditions where you see people are having a lot of academic pressure and they have depression, they're not able to sleep properly, they have eating disorders. So you need to pay attention to the your mental status. You need to take care of it. Wow. So next we have Abha. She's going to be talking about academic pressure.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So my topic for today is academic pressure. Since you all are high schoolers, how many of you all have heard, "Arey yaar, padhai karo, khelne kudne kyun ja rahe ho?" Raise your hand. How many of you all have heard that? Exactly. It's very common, right? If, instead of studying, we are listening to music or chilling. Koi aakar bolta hai, yaar, time pass kar rahe ho. Read, study, you have exams, you have this, you have that. So this is all about academic pressure, right? Academic pressure refers to the stress and anxiety that students feel due to the demand of their educational environment, such as high expectations from parents, teachers, heavy workloads, and the desire to achieve good grades. So I'm sure every one of you wants to be a big person in life, and all of us want to achieve something. That is true. But that does not mean we pressurize ourselves due to academics, due to the heavy workload that we receive from school. And I understand that schools, they give a lot of workload, they give a lot of pressure, homework, assignments, projects, because I myself am a 10th grader and I'm experiencing all of this. So as students, you all should know how to deal with academic pressure.
Thank you so much, Sister Abha. This has been really inspirational. What did we learn from her? Can anyone answer me? What did she talk about? Can someone answer? Does anyone know what Abha spoke about right now? Academic pressure, right. So we've seen a lot about academic pressure. We all have been students. We've learned, we've gone through this phase, but we don't need to take it to heart. We need to balance out our lives. Next, we have Adnil talking to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I stand in front of you on all existing protocols. So the topic which I'm going to be speaking about is going to be about social media. Now you all guys are on social media, let it be Snapchat, Instagram, and we all are on those platforms. So let me just tell you the advantages and disadvantages of social media. Really quickly, social media has a lot of advantages like connectivity. It helps us to connect all around, it helps us to connect people worldwide. And that's a very important factor. Through that factor, through connectivity, we can also share information rapidly. So social media also provides us with the opportunity to share information rapidly. That are some of the advantages. Now you see, especially in this generation, social media is really, really powerful. Let it be negative, in a negative way or in a positive way. But if we see in a negative way, social media can cause addictions, it can be addictive, and it can cause a problem in the productivity or in the creativity of our mindsets. So that's why we all have to use social media in the best way we can. We have to use social media responsibly, mindfully, and we have to use social media to have a positive impact on our own generations. So right now, everyone watching me right now, I just want to encourage you to use your own social media in a way which would impact or which would change the lives of others in your own congregation. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I would like to ask Valerie, what do you think is peer pressure and what is bullying? Can you explain in detail?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie, and I am in second year BCom. I am here to discuss about the topic peer pressure. What is a peer? A peer is someone from your same age group, someone from your own group, your friends. And what a peer pressure is pressure exerted or influenced by a group on an individual. It's a pressure which forcing someone to behave some way or to follow their own rules, to force someone to behave according to their own will. And peer pressure can cause severe effects on mental health. It can affect you in two ways, positive and negative. Positive way, it can affect you for like studying hard, working on yourself, and in a negative way, that addiction towards some substances, smoking, drinking, or behaviors like bunking class, developing a rebellious behavior, doing the exact opposite of what is said to be done. But this can be avoided by talking to someone who is some trusted adult, having good friends around you, and also developing a good behavior.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Valerie. It was very insightful. Now, I would like to ask Enoch, what is body positivity and what is self-esteem?
Thank you so much. I hereby speak on all existing protocols, standing on all existing protocols. Body image is something that you perceive, something that you think about your physical appearance. How many of you are really bothered about how you look? Can I see your hands? How you look, the way you look. If you feel nice, the way you look yourself in the mirror, let me see your hands. And how many don't like? That's good. I see very less hands. This should not be the result, because body image is something that your mind makes according to the surroundings that you know you are influenced with, specifically just as we heard about social media. That is one of the ruling propagandas that is happening right now. You need to look beautiful. There are thousands of filters you see over all your social media apps, if you see. They are just to make something in your mind, an imagination of what you are not. And there's something called as self-esteem. It is to boost your morale, to boost yourself, to boost your personality, certain habits, certain abilities, certain things that you do to boost yourself up, to boost how you look. It doesn't have to be that you're fat or you're very thin. It happens in school. It so happens. It did happen when I was in school. People would call names. The students would tease. This should stop. For those who try to do this, as you are hearing about bullying and something that should not happen, I want you to talk to someone that you can rely on when certain things like this happen. Certain things that take against your physical appearance. You need to talk it to your parents, to your teachers, to someone nearby. And only your parents can know you physically. They have you because they've given you birth. So if someone is doing something uncomfortable, it's not right.
Thank you so much, Enoch.
Thank you so much.
Because of...
I hope the message is conveyed. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you have all learned a lot, okay? So what do we say to the panelists? Come on now, they taught you so much. You have more enthusiasm than this. Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing so much insightful things with us.
Okay, so right now we're going to do an activity kind of thing. How many of us received a book before the break? How many of us received that book? I want you to remove that book quickly. We're going to have a photo with it. Quick, remove your book. Quick. I'll give you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Do we have the camera person ready? Quick. Okay, wait. Yeah. You can wave it that side. Wave it that side. Wave the book. Quick, quick, quick. That book is really, educative. I suggest when you go home, give it a read and, ensure you go through it. It will help you a lot. Okay, thank you so much. I'll invite Salina.
As we wrap up, let's call upon our esteemed pastor who will share some words of inspiration and encouragement. Let's have a round of applause.
Hello. Hi. I want to thank you so much for coming. I know we're about to round up. Can I invite esteemed Dr. Prashant, please? Can you join me? Can you give him a round of applause? We are surely running out of time, and I can see that some of you will have to leave. Can we get a mic? Can I have a mic, please? All right, give me another mic. All right, please. All right. Hello, can you give me your audience just 2 minutes? Just 2 minutes, and we'll be done. Dr. Prashant is a well-known, renowned doctor in Pune. A dentist by profession, and due to some other engagements, he couldn't come in earlier. He needed to talk to us on basically talking to you about your health, your keeping fresh breath, dentition, and everything you need to know about your health. It was supposed to be an interactive session where you ask him questions, but we don't have that time now. So please, just maybe in 2-3 minutes, if you can just educate us on health-wise.
Okay, hi. So,
please just pay attention, please. Thank you.
So to all of y'all, I have been practicing dentistry for close to 20 years now. And there's a lot of things we tend to see with children, adolescents, and adults, specifically related to your teeth. All right, the most important thing is definitely oral hygiene. Decay, teeth that need to be removed at a very early age, okay? And as a dentist, it's very disheartening to see such things. The main problem that we have is the way, or the food that we eat, all right? So since we eat more food that is processed, things like chips, things like fried items, burgers, pizzas, they tend to get stuck between our teeth. And since we have things that are getting stuck, with time, bacteria tend to lodge on it, and then acid is formed, and then decay starts, all right? And because of that, what happens is there are multiple things, is that once the decay starts, you might not notice at the time, and it comes to a point where either you get pain, and that's when you understand that there's something wrong. And because of that, once the decay starts, there's holes in your teeth, the teeth are black, so it looks bad, your friends might tell you, and the easiest way to avoid that is definitely brushing in the morning and in the night, okay? And the second thing is then to keep your teeth clean in between, which is flossing. So definitely twice a day you brush your teeth, you floss if you can every day. Try to look at YouTube for a video on how to floss. That's the best way to learn how to floss. All right, and once in 6 months, ask your parents to take you to a dentist to have a checkup. So if there's something small, it can be taken care of fast. Okay, and anytime there's something small that you might find, either food getting stuck or pain or something like that, please visit the dentist at the earliest so that you can be taken care of when it's something small. All right, there are many other things that I would love to discuss with you all, and I would love to take your questions also. Okay, you can take my information from Pastor, and I would love to answer questions not only related to dentistry. My master's is in facial surgery, that's surgery of the face, okay? And not only if you are interested in knowing more about it, but also if you all are interested in biology and becoming doctors, I would love to help you all reach those goals as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we give him a round of applause? We're going to have other seminars apart from today. We're going to be reinviting you back, and Dr. Prashant will be there to answer your questions. And we're going to provide you email address, phone numbers to reach out to us. And we're going to be coming back to your school for oral programs, oral dentition programs, and in most cases, when we have him around, you're going to see him live in your school. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Grateful. Thank you so much. Can we all rise? Thank you, sir. Can we all rise up? Please, can we rise? Oh, if you don't want to rise, you can sit. I have more sessions, but I thought you're ready to go. Oh, you don't want to go? Thank you. But your principal is going to call me, and I'm going to be in soup. Okay, so while you're standing, there was something I said I was going to talk to you about, which is the children of the state. Can I just have that up? All right. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much. So, in conclusion, just listen to me. Give me 1 minute, 8 minutes, please. Thank you. In conclusion, I want to thank all the schools present, even those that have left, and especially our sincere appreciation to all your teachers that brought you here, and every one of you. Thank you. And I want to also thank Pastor Justice and all our youths, the Ignite team. Ignite, you rock. Thank you so much for all you do. We're going to continue the conversation. We're going to come to your school for further activities. We're going to get the permission from your school to come to you, and we look forward to having such gathering every quarter throughout, going forward anyway. Now, this is a subject that is dear to my heart that I wanted to talk to you about, but I don't have the time to do that today. So we're going to look at bringing it to you, to your school, and launching a campaign on children of the state. Why it is important for you to listen to your families, why it's important for you to be careful of Western ideologies and things that are happening today, and pay more rapt attention in developing. Please, can I pray for you? Can I pray? Okay, so just be quiet. I'm just going to pray. Thank you. Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here today. And I thank you for all the children that have gathered from different schools to be present here. And as they go back to their schools and to their homes, we thank you for they have a prosperous journey back to their schools and their home. We pray for their health, for their peace, for their joy, and for their families, oh God. Father, I thank you for you know them by name, and you know what the challenges they may have. And we pray that you meet them at the point of their needs. Father, we pray that these children will grow up in wisdom and in knowledge, and they'll grow up to be the change that this nation requires. They'll grow up to be ones that will bring solution to their families and to their generation, and they'll be a voice of hope to a cynical world. And we pray that their future is protected. And I pray for them, especially the girls among them, that they are protected from this evil world, that they are kept away from wicked men and women that destroy people, that they are going out, be preserved, and they are coming in, be preserved. Thank you, oh God. We give you praise. And thank you for this conference, for everyone who have paid a significant part of it and played a role in it. Father, we thank you. The ones that ushered, the volunteers we had, and every part of Ignite team. We pray that as we leave this place, we leave with the courage of your word, moving into greater grace now and always. Thank you, Father, in Jesus' name. Say amen. Thank you so much. God bless you. Your certificates will be sent. I don't know if we can do some presentation now, so we can call out some schools, and we can have the teachers and some of the seniors come and take the certificates, and every participant will be getting a certificate of participation. Thank you so much. Can we have the umpires do that. Thank you.
Wow. We'll have the distribution of the certificates. So I would like to have a representative from each school. You all can be seated. Please be seated. Can we have a representative from each school? From Kroot Memorial School, Yashodip Vidyalaya, Jnana Prabodhini English School, Fortune High School, and Gagangiri School. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for them? Can we have the Kroot Memorial School? Wow. Let's give a round of applause for Gagangiri School. Can we give a round of applause? That's lovely. We have from Jnana Prabodhini School, Yashodip Vidyalaya High School. And Fortune High School. Okay. Wow, what an amazing day we all had. Do you agree? Have you all learned something amazing? Wow, that's amazing. Hope you all enjoyed and were able to inspire yourself through thought-provoking sessions. We are at the end of the conference. It's definitely not last of its kind. This is just a beginning. We want to hear from you also. You can follow us on social media accounts on King's Chat, Instagram and Facebook at CE Ignite and CE Pune Teens and Youth. As we come to the close of the student conference, I want to take a moment to reflect on your enthusiasm, curiosity, and commitment which has made this event truly special. We have explored new ideas, forged connections, and pushed the boundaries of our understanding. A special thank you goes out to our sponsors, whose generous support has been instrumental in making this conference possible. Your contributions has enabled us to provide a platform to inspire and be inspired. As we wrap up, let's carry forward the spirit of innovation and collaboration that we've experienced here. Together, we can shape a brighter future, not only for ourselves, but broader community. Thank you all for being a part of the student conference. We look forward to seeing you at future events and wish you all the best in your endeavors. The certificates to the students will be given online, and the school will be, okay, so the school has been provided with a certificate. Now I call on Abhishek.
Yes, thank you, Aruma. So now concerning the buses situation, you can stay with your teachers, and especially for Kroot, we'll be sending you in trips. And the rest of the buses, the teachers can call the bus, the bus in charge, and you all can coordinate with them. In case anything is required, I'm right here, so you can reach out to me. Thank you so much. We may exit the hall line by line. Please listen to your teachers. Don't make a rush and don't make their jobs difficult. Thank you so much.